Hello, welcome to Stretford Paddock. I'm Joe. I'm here with Alex. How you doing?
All right, a bit tired.
You arrived in the nick of time, didn't
bang
you?
on time.
You got here 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I got here 10 minutes ago, so it's not much different. I've had a nice tuna crunch to get me going.
I've had nothing.
Have you not?
No, there might be mid-stream Deliveroo.
Or you might pass out at some point from low blood sugar.
Maybe.
Yeah. If I've got awful tuna breath,
that's what chewing gum's just kind of like floating
There's
around.
There's a bit of chewing gum here. That's going to come out soon.
Sponsored
We're here, of course, for Man United versus Brighton.
We are.
Another chance to sort of make it look like we're having a semi-decent season, do you think?
Yeah,
or
it's a
not semi-decent,
but
but
must-win.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I was chatting about this morning to someone. It was like, I think we've kind of said, it doesn't really matter what happens in the league now. We're probably not going to get the top four. We're probably, if we finished in that top six, we're going to be annoyed that we're in the Europa League anyway.
Yeah.
But we just kind of need something that makes the season look like it's going well. So a good run, winning the games we should win, that's probably what we need. And this is what we need to do. We've got probably one of our strongest teams. Probably only missing Pogba now. That's probably the strongest team we've got.
Yeah. Especially with we'll look at the teams in a second, but there's, like you said, it's weird one, isn't it? Because there does seem to be four teams that are, at the moment, stand out above the rest. Leicester, Chelsea, City, Liverpool.
Yeah.
But other than that, Tottenham are in absolute shambles. Arsenal are in absolute shambles.
I think
Palace, are they still not like...
Yeah, they're just kind of up floating
just
around
hanging
there.
around. It's weird because all it takes is for Leicester to slip or Chelsea to slip.
Which I think they are going to go on a run, unless they can keep going and challenge.
We saw against United that Leicester... I think we beat them quite comfortably. I know
it was weird. It was like we didn't...
I
don't think we deserved to win, but we definitely didn't deserve to lose the game. I went to the game and you never thought Leicester were going to score it. You never thought they were going to score. But then again, they looked like that a lot of it. I watched yesterday, and probably for the first hour they did that, and then they had a bit. Again, what United are missing, they had that little bit of quality,
just enough.
A few bit of passes. They scored that first goal, and then they broke teams down.
Well, they've got a striker in Vardy.
They've got a striker.
20 goals in the last 22.
And they've got a very good number 10 as well.
Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at the team news then. Come on. Yeah. Right, in net, we've got De Gea, back four, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire. Williams looks like Lindelof's recovered from whatever injury.
Whatever it was. A back injury, wasn't it?
Back injury.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably. Then we've got McTominay and Fred again. They've been sort of...
That's midfield now. That's them, yeah.
And then we've got old James on the right, Andreas, Pereira, Rashford and Martial again.
I think that's Ollie's favourite front four at the minute. I think if everyone's fit, that's who he wants to play.
Yeah. I wonder if... do you think Pogba coming back into this team obviously would get in? Do you think it would be ahead of Fred or ahead of Andreas?
I don't know, because for me, I'd see him ahead of Pereira. That's where I'd see him. But when he did play the games, he played instead of Fred. He was kind of in that holding two in the midfield, wasn't he? With the Chelsea game, that's where he was. Pereira kind of went more to the right-hand side, or was more in the number 10. It's a bit of an odd one, but we'll see.
There's Lingard to come back in as well, and not that Lingard has been poor this year.
I don't think in this kind of game that's for him.
No, but I think Lingard and Pogba... I think Lingard plays better with Pogba than Pereira does with Pogba.
I think Lingard's one of them. He's good with those little one-touch things. He's not that good at finding that final pass or putting a cross in.
He's good at making the run that can be found by a good passer like Pogba.
Exactly, yeah.
So we'll perhaps see him come back in. But like I said, that front's... I mean, to be honest, that team there is currently the best team we can field, I think, with injuries to Pogba. I think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Luke Shaw. You have an argument for Luke Shaw against Williams, but this is... I mean, we've talked about this all week. Williams is a big chance, really. If he does a good one this week, then... that could be his left back spot. That could be him.
Matthew Freese, we're giving us the little donation there. Thank you very much, mate. Keep the goodness coming. Let's persevere. We're persevering. We're positive, aren't we?
We are.
I'm like a little knock off Stephen House and I'm on the Monster.
You're on the Monster.
Sugar-free, 0 calories. Trying to watch my figure.
Yeah.
I think that's a decent lineup. I think I'll be interested to see how Williams is in. I think is it the first time he started in a back four? I think he's come on into a back four against was it Liverpool?
Yeah, I think he'll do
Premier
okay.
League start.
I think he's got the three players next to him that know what they're doing. I don't think it's
Well, that defense looks pretty good now, doesn't it?
And I think defensively, I don't think he's too bad defensively. I don't think he's one of them that you're watching out for defensively.
Well, against Chelsea, I thought he looked excellent.
He looked really good. Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting. There's still clear weaknesses in that team.
But I mean, some of them you could replace Fred. I think Fred and Pereira, they're the two spots at the minute.
For me, I would go Fred for Ndidi, Pereira for whoever.
Madison,
maybe
Ericsson, Pogba.
Yeah, and then, someone like Sancho on the right. I think that team isn't... That back four is excellent.
It's not that far away from a very good team. It's not at all. I think you do need strength in depth, and it's one of those McTominay, Fred, Pereira, James, and maybe even Williams. If that was your bench, you'd be quite happy.
Yeah.
But that's
too
at
many
the minute.
Starting,
that's your starting team at the minute.
Greenwood instead of James, perhaps. Depends on form. Yeah, there's potential for that. I think. I wonder with Greenwood, he's playing on the right hand side because we've got such a shortage of right hand side players. I wonder whether he likes playing on the right hand side, whether that suits him, whether that potentially hinders any progress he would have as a striker.
I think he likes cutting inside. I think that's what he wants to do. And I think he's either going to suit playing in a 2 up top or with something narrow around him or on that right-hand side. Yeah. But I think the problem is, because we've got Rashford, who's almost a left-hand-sided striker, rather than someone that's going to track back as much, I don't think having Rashford and Greenwood on the pitch at the same time, who are doing the same job almost, that's a very attacking front.
And also, James has been one of our better players.
He's been really good.
Perhaps he's our best attacker this season.
And he works
overall.
his bollocks off as well, and you can't knock that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also Greenwood, someone his age, just getting games in an attacking position is... that's you can't argue too
and
much
hopefully
with that.
He gets more appearances like he did last week. Well, the Partizan game where he got to come on, play, score a goal, a lot more laid back, and then the Norwich when he came against Norwich and it was 3-0 up and he came on and just could show what he does. Yeah. Rather than coming on like he did against Bournemouth last week, saying, "Come on, mate, get
win
us a goal."
The game, and he almost
did.
Point,
He almost did.
Yeah.
Adam asked me before how hangover is. My hangover's not that bad.
Oh, where you been at? I don't know about this.
I
Talk us through it, boy.
Big,
big sesh.
Big 70th birthday party last night in Urmston.
You look good for it.
I do look good.
You look very good for it. I would have said you're only 50s at the oldest.
No, we were at 70th last night, and it didn't get too bad. It was relatively early, but
couple of questions. Sorry, before how many 70-year-old friends have you got? Because I've got none.
Sadly, I've got a few. Being in the golf industry,
the golf community,
the golf community,
those evergreen golf men.
Yeah, they're always. But it wasn't a golfriend. It was my dad's. It was my dad's mate. So it was a sign of a family thing last night. So with the full family.
Where was this at? Sorry,
it was in Urmston in the old Curzon Cinema.
In the cinema?
It used to be. No, it used to be the cinema years ago. It's now Flixton Dance Academy.
Nice. What was it? Just you and 14 8-year-old girls in ballet outfits?
It wasn't. But they had a Tina Turner tribute act on to start.
Any good?
She was pretty good, and then Rod Stewart tribute act.
Oh yes, please.
He wasn't very good though.
Oh no.
But
he was more sort of Rod Stewart in 15 years from now.
Yeah. And he was struggling a bit, but
he was blown by the end. Bless him.
He was, but it was a good night though. It was a good.
What time did that end then?
It wasn't too late. I think I was out of there before 12, and then up again this morning for golf at.
Where did you go golfing? You play
too
much golf, you do.
That's my first time in 3 weeks, and that is too much golf at the minute because the weather's not for it.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you wear a glove on each hand and then a glove over the top?
No, just the one glove.
Yeah. Even when it's raining, even when it's freezing like
this? Well, I have mitts to go on top of them in between the shots.
What, Mitz goes play with you as well?
No.
For those who don't know, Mitz is our what's his commercial
manager. Who's scared. He panicked me today, which is why I was more in thinking I wasn't going to make it because he said the trams were off from Cornbrook, which was a complete lie, I think.
Was it?
I don't know.
People just hear rumours. Just one bloke post something on Facebook like, "Don't go in Poundland, it smells like rat poison."
Yeah, the trams were off, and I was like, "Oh, okay, how am I going to get here?" And then because I have to go past Old Trafford, so I can't drive. It just was out of the question today. So
yeah, we've got King Cantona in the comments saying, "I think the only way we sign Leicester players is if they miss out on top 4 or we qualify for Champions League." That's a good point. I think it will decrease our chances. I think of signing players like that if they do that. But you got to think, how much is Maddison on? How much is Ndidi on? How much I know
money does it. Money will definitely.
That's the sad thing. Money
also,
talks.
we're still Manchester United. There's still a big thing about that. And as much as Leicester have done well, they've had probably been. I don't think anyone would predict that they'd have won the Premier League.
No.
Before us in 2013, probably wouldn't have predicted that they'd be challenging quicker than us again.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Because they look like they were going to get relegated that next season before Ranieri got sacked. They've then sort of regrouped.
They have got a good team, but it's still Leicester. It's still a smaller club. It's still
there's definitely a prestige and
there's still a thing of saying, "Come and play at Old Trafford every week,"
United,
and I play at United. And people forget that, and people said, "Oh, why did Maguire leave?" And he'd have been in a better team. Number one, paid him a lot of money for him.
Yeah.
And number two is that Manchester United is still a big thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care what anyone says.
No, it's not like it's not like we were a flash in the pan team that no one cares about anymore. We're still Man United, and obviously that can't last forever.
No,
we can't just rest on our laurels in terms of that. But I think we definitely
Liverpool
have a pull still.
Liverpool have still managed it, and the other thing is, and they did it by signing players from the smaller teams or relatively. They didn't go out and sign. That's the thing. We don't need to go out and sign and spend 120 million on players. What we need to do is do what they did,
but also
make those 50 million pound players that we sign and the right ones.
And the thing as well, the problem is, if you look at Leicester, they've got owners that the fans love, that the players love, that the manager seems to get on with, the owners that want the team to do well. You look at, I'm not really mentioning Liverpool's owners necessarily, but United's owners, that relationship isn't there.
It isn't there, no.
But Liverpool, during Ferguson's era at the Premier League, spent as much money as United did.
If not more.
Yeah. So it's not just... So they weren't as big a club in terms of winning trophies as they were in the 80s.
No, not in the
But they still managed to spend money. They just spent it poorly.
Yeah, which is what United have done for the past since Fergie's left.
So United don't struggle to sign players. No. We've just signed the wrong ones recently.
And everyone says outside the top four, we signed... After when Van Gaal first left, remember we did sign Di Maria, Falcao. Yeah. They didn't fit in the end.
No,
they're still big names.
Yeah, exactly.
They still came to Manchester United.
Yeah,
right. We're
about to have kick-off here. What we got? Leicester were able to win the league, turn over majority of their team and be competing again in 3 years. Yeah, they've done amazingly.
Yeah, I think their title-winning thing is sort of set them. I mean, I think that was complete luck.
I mean, that's the biggest shock of all time.
They managed to get that 11 players in a great system. I think you had City on a bit of a downer as well. You had Liverpool not quite there yet. You had United in the situation.
Spurs, who should have won the league that year, bottled it.
Probably had the better team, but they've never done it. So they had a bit of luck along the way with it all. With the time they did it, and what it kind of did was they've been able to spend money since then. Yeah. That's all that's happened. We're on the track straight away.
Oh, Pereira see stuff like that, and I don't.
Just a little bit of.
There's just a bit of quality missing. Just then, Pereira had the ball sort of 30 yards out. The ball bounced up, and Martial was just running into a nice space into the box, and the pass just couldn't find him.
No, it wasn't.
A top class playmaker in there. Even Mata, someone who's got a good pass, makes that pass, and you've got all of a sudden Martial bearing down on the 18-yard box. It's little things like that. We could be a goal up now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the difference, isn't it? That's the quality that's not quite there at the moment. But I think one thing that can be said for Solskjaer, and he has said it multiple times, so it's not particularly searing inside, is that this team that's playing now, I believe everyone that plays for this team wants to play for this team.
Yeah, they want to be there. I think.
There's no one who's just playing for their wage at the minute. I think he's managed to remove some of those.
And you can argue Pogba all you want and things like that, but he's still our best player.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll see what happens with him. People compare all the comparisons with Liverpool now, and it's not going to be the same. Klopp was a bigger manager at that point and all that kind of stuff. But they had Coutinho, and everyone was going on about Coutinho.
Yeah.
If they lose him, God, that's going to be them. They're going to be no good.
That's true.
But they used that. They got into a right position. They got the players around him, and then they spent that money on Alisson and Van Dijk. Yeah. And they've gone, right, now there's your team. Yeah. And maybe we do that. Maybe it gets to this summer. Fred battling well there.
Yeah. Oh, McTominay coming through well as well.
Maybe it gets to this summer. We sell Pogba for whatever it is, 120 million. And then just turn to Leicester and go, Ndidi and Maddison, like you mentioned.
We sell Pogba to Leicester?
Not quite. No, but we use that money.
Oh, sorry.
To then go to Leicester and go.
Yeah. Give us your two best players, please.
Give us those two players that fit the system.
Yeah.
And that's it then.
Yeah. I think, we're only 3 or 4 first team players away from a team that certainly should be challenging for top 4. And then, when I think we're a long way off being able to compete with these sort of 95 plus point seasons that we're seeing from Liverpool and City. But they won't last forever either.
No, not at all. There's talk now about like Sterling leaving City and little things like that. Once those little things can happen, and there'll be talks that Van Dijk will be linked.
Rashford on the ball and Maguire with a lovely chip ball up to Rashford, who was on the shoulder of the last defender there. He just couldn't quite bring it under his control as immediately as he would have liked, but good pass from Maguire. Oh, it was Lindelof actually, sorry. Good pass from Lindelof.
Are you surprised Rojo not starting today? Even with Lindelof getting back fit?
No, I'm not, because I respect Rohan. I like his aggression. I like his intensity, and I like all of that. But he does make mistakes.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's come in and not looked terrible, I think, has given rise to a sort of a sect of the fan base saying he's been brilliant. When actually he's just not been bad.
Yeah.
I think he made them. He lost us 2 points against Liverpool. Was it Liverpool? Where he just switched off and ran to the ball. And he just.
Do you think as well with Brandon Williams coming in at the same time that it would have meant that Maguire would have been the right centre half?
Yeah, you don't.
And that it would have been Williams and Rojo on that left hand side.
Two absolute bastards on the left. Yeah, I think it might be for the best having someone with a bit more of a
bit of composure on Maguire.
Just got the ball nipped off him there. Yeah, but a bit more composure next to him and someone who can sort of shepherd him through the game. And as Stephen goes on about a lot, experience isn't necessarily the amount of games you played; it's how you play. And I think Maguire is a more experienced sort of character than Rojo is. Rojo feels like he's your 13-year-old little brother, doesn't he? Who's just like, let me play with you. I'll kick all your mates. Honestly, if you don't like him, I'll break his leg. I promise. That's Rojo, isn't it?
He's nutter. He's brilliant at times, but
yeah, he's good. He's got some good. I remember always when when you sign a new player and you look at the highlights of it. That sort of Rabona clearance he did in the World Cup from centre back. The ball was just coming across and he just cleared it like that.
I went to the Astana game and we watched that one, and he just kind of, at this point, I thought he really just doesn't want to be there because they tried to sell him in the summer.
Oh, that's a late foul, that.
They tried to sell him in the summer, and I think he just got on and just kind of went, right, this is my day. I'm going to do whatever I want today. And he tried a Rabona from like 30 yards out. He kept shooting from like 50 yards away, and you see him like Ollie looked at him at one point and said, "What are you doing?"
Like, I can't stop. It's mental illness. What do you want me to do? Hey up, Josh, mate. How you going?
Hey, Josh.
Rojo's always a wild card. We won't know what we'll get when he's on. Yeah, there is a bit of that with him. I think he's not a bad player, and he I don't know. He has looked good in certain spells. There's a time under. Was it Van Gaal, I think, where he was playing alongside Smalling quite regularly and looked quite good. But he gets injured too often as well. You can't rely on him.
I think a lot of these players were signed because Van Gaal at that time wanted the three at the back.
Yeah.
And I think he signed a lot of those players like Daley Blind, Rojo, and all those
multiple
to fit that.
Yeah, they could play left back or left centre back if needed.
Yeah, I think that's where he does fit a three at the back a bit better, where he can make a few more mistakes.
Prayer into the box there.
Poor ball, really.
Yeah, pretty poor. Oh, a poor touch as well.
Brighton have done all right so far this year.
Yeah, they have.
Brandon Williams standing him up.
He's tackled him twice already, Williams, and blocked it a third time and a fourth time. He had to tackle him 4th time, but he did. He did
well
really well there.
Pretty much the last man there.
Yeah, and the ball just kept ping-ponging between him and everything. How does the game look? So far, not much has happened. United have had most of the ball.
Yeah.
Brighton just with a sort of semi-counter-attack because Pereira... We had a free kick 10 yards in their box. Pereira chipped the ball up to their first man. And then when the ball got cleared, he miscontrolled it. 2 poor bits of play from Pereira there, just allowing them to break. But Brandon Williams did well, and Pereira cuts the ball out here in our own half and sort of brings it up the wing a little bit and gets the ball dispossessed. Come on.
It's just a frustrating bit with him.
Yeah.
He's a bit crowded out there.
Yeah, it was difficult.
I miss Blind. Blind was a strange one. I don't know why. Don't know why Blind got sold. Well, it was just, again, he was a bit more of a utility player. Which
he's just not a Mourinho guy, is he?
He's not a Mourinho guy. It's someone that if you don't do this job, you're not there.
Can you score 4 goals a season from headers, and can you win it in the air all the time and all that? He's just not the guy for Mourinho, is he?
No, not in the slightest.
That's what Mourinho likes. Where can I find a stream? Don't know, mate. You shouldn't really be doing that.
No.
Go to what we've done is we've flown to America.
Yeah.
We're actually in America with us. We've flown to America and we're watching it on
NBC Sports.
NBC Sports legally.
Yeah.
Because we're in the United States at the moment. So if anyone's in America with us, let us know.
Did you see the lad last night with the KSI boxing?
No.
That's streamed it by watching it live, but putting sunglasses on and sitting really close to the TV.
What, and he's just showing the reflection
of it. So YouTube can't pull him down because it's in his glasses.
That's really funny, but surely they
so
can.
Essentially,
still
we could maybe that's how we do the watch along.
We sit really close.
Sit really close with glasses on.
We can try it until we get a few strikes. We could try it on Twitch because that way we don't get our YouTube channel taken off us for doing that.
No.
What we should do is we should just go through all the other sort of streaming platforms.
Yeah.
We go on Ustream. We go on Daily Motion and all them. Finding the dodgiest way we can to put the game on, and then, not the dodgiest, the most creative.
Yeah,
We put it ones where we set up a camera and we have a kaleidoscope and we just see the game through a kaleidoscope and you have to piece it together yourself.
Callum, what biscuits you on? Cookies are you on there? I may have to.
Producer Callum there behind the camera.
Oh.
We should get you a microphone.
Yeah.
I think. What, one microphone left?
One microphone?
One cookie.
I can't have your last cookie.
Dan James, look at him. Roadrunner on the right-hand side. Ball into the box. Brilliant cross. Unlucky there. That's one problem with Rashford. He's never going to win that header, is he there?
He didn't challenge for it there either, which is frustrating.
Incredible speed shown there by Dan James, who was maybe 5 yards behind the fullback in terms of getting to that ball. And a lovely cross as well. Just...
Defended well.
Yeah, defender did do well, to be honest.
It's nice not to see Ashley Young on taking corners as well.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, I've never been one to particularly slag off Ashley Young. I just don't think he's good enough.
No,
I don't want
not anymore.
I don't want to have a go at him too much because I like him as a man. I mean, I don't really. I don't know him as a man, but I don't dislike him as a man. Yeah, exactly. But I'm happy to see Brandon Williams and McTominay sliding through the players there and gives away a goal kick. Unlucky lad. Worth it though. Tried to go past a man.
Yeah.
We need to get Keane to coach Williams and Rojo to take them to the next level of crazy. Get them to have tattoos on their forehead? Just a Fight Club type setup in the car park at Carrington.
I don't think
and Brandon Williams just fighting each other every day before training.
I don't think Roy Keane would be able to play in this era. He gets sent off every week if he didn't like someone.
VAR.
Some of the tackles he used to do were just ridiculous.
But maybe he changed his game because he had a lot of quality.
He did. He was quality. Yeah. He was quality, but just like he'd be sent off.
Yeah, that's one. One guy put a UFC fight on his Twitch with his face in the lower corner to look like he was playing a game. Stayed up the whole fight, lol. Yeah. It can be done. Box. It can be done. We're going to get creative with it. Yeah. We're going to be doing like a science show and that's a microscope. And instead of it being a little slide underneath the microscope, we're going to have a tiny little screen and we're zoomed right in on the football. And go, wow, there's a lot of activity under this slide today. This onion skin, you can really see the cell walls. It looks like the corners of a pitch.
We can't put a cross in, can we?
Not really.
That's the problem.
We ain't going to want to score from crosses.
No.
We've scored a few from crosses along the bottom, but not along the bottom.
You're 45 seconds behind.
We're actually only 7 seconds. From what we are watching to what this number says here, we are 6 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
But obviously, I don't know how you're watching the game, so we're in line. We're in line.
And don't ruin things and put things in the comments, because
don't ruin it. When does City Liverpool play, and what do we want to happen there? We want City to win, don't we? We want City to win, don't we?
It's happened too often recently where you're wanting City to win.
That's at 4:30. Wolves Villa. Wolves are on a bit of a comeback this season, aren't they?
They're doing all right in Europa League.
It's like United. Wolves are just Man United, really, aren't they?
Essentially.
They're good against the good teams, shit against the lower teams, bad in the league, good in the Europa.
Yep. There you
United
go.
Mark 2, there you go.
See, it could be worse. It could be Arsenal. Like, Arsenal are really bad at football, aren't they?
Very nice. Where can I find a stream? Tinby says, follow a river and eventually you'll find one. Make sure you're following it upstream, though, because if you follow it... No.
Downstream.
Follow it one of the ways, but one of the ways goes to the sea. So, bear that in mind. You might end up at the sea instead of a stream. Who knows?
No.
Honestly. I don't know how to go from a river to a stream, do you?
No, I have no idea. It was never my forte.
If you could give us any more information on that, Timby, that would be really appreciated.
I'm going to have a look.
What is the game on?
Grass.
It's like a composite, isn't it?
Yeah. I went for a stadium tour not too long ago because my mate was here, and I went into the stadium and it stunk of garlic. Apparently, they put garlic on the pitch to kill off some pests. Vampires.
Because occasionally they have a real problem with vampires at Old Trafford.
It's really bad smell of garlic.
Well, it's probably the Glazers sucking the blood out of Manchester United. Cheers, lads. Glazers out. Where can I watch it? On the telly. Yeah. Watch it on the telly or online or in the stadium.
Watch us.
Watch it on the stadium like we are. We've got our special box, haven't we?
Yeah.
We were in America before, but we've flown back now just for you. We've got our special box. It's a director's box, actually.
Yeah.
We've got Ed Woodward in.
Downstream leads to the sea.
Yeah, don't worry, Ed, mate. We'll defend you. Don't worry, boy. Downstream leads to the sea. I thought that.
So
but then what are streams then? Streams come into rivers. That's it. Streams come from like mountains and hills and come into rivers. Joan Rivers.
Right.
The game is on NBC.
In America. So if you're in America, you can watch all you want.
Which we are back in America again.
Which you are back in America.
Yeah. What have you had to eat today?
I had a bacon and egg sandwich after playing 2 holes of golf. Yes, that was at like 9 o'clock.
2 holes?
Well, yeah, I got 9-hole golf course.
Nice.
So, and it was a shotgun start this morning. So I started on the 8th. You played 2 holes, and then I was at the clubhouse.
Well, so you played what?
So it's a shotgun start.
8 and 9, right.
Play 8 and 9. I was back at the clock. Wan-Bissaka in the box.
Wan-Bissaka,
handball. Oh, that could be given.
He slid in and it hit his bum and bounced back off his hand. It would be hard to call that.
No. It would have to be an
purposeful.
VAR tricks. Yeah, so we played 8 and 9. Then there was bacon and egg sandwiches on the go. So that was me.
And then you did 9 again?
Then did 9 again. Then the next other 7. So
Is that a common occurrence?
Yeah, it's so that you can get more people on the golf course and everyone tees off at the same time and everyone comes in at the same time then.
What, so instead of everyone trying to start on the first hole?
Yeah, so you do a shotgun start, they call it. So everyone tees off on a different hole and then plays.
And
so
then
everyone
starts.
To start on 8? I happened to start on 8 this morning.
It hits his hand, I think that would be very
harsh. Harsh. You never know with VAR, that could be...
Yeah, basically, if you didn't see, he slides in, the ball hits him on the sort of the bum, and his hand's behind him to support him while he's sliding, and it just bounced back and hit his hand. But I think it'd be difficult to give that the real Jesus look today, Joe. Yeah, Jesus always wore, what was it?
Denim jacket.
A jacket like this, yeah. Yeah, cheers, mate. Are you actually in America? Can't tell if you're pissing about. Yeah, we're pissing about.
Yeah, pissing about.
Obviously. We've been in America, and then we're at the stadium, and then we're back in America. We can't do that quick.
No. We'll try, but...
Even with Virgin Galactics. Rashford on the left then. Cutting inside, good run, into the box. Oh, great shot. That was lovely. That was Ronaldo-esque, wasn't it, from Rashford. Lovely run in there.
And that's where he's better on the left-hand side. Cutting in from there.
Yeah, very aggressive running from Rashford there. Just saved down to
Simple
his left-hand
football,
side.
And then...
And a good decoy run from Martial as well, dragging men out of the box. Unlucky. Good play there. Oh. Must be dead bodies buried under the pitch. Perhaps. Who knows?
The guy told me it was to kill some kind of insect or pesticide or I don't know. And yeah, so they put garlic on the pitch.
How do you think they put it? Do you think like minced garlic, or do you think garlic granules?
It's like a spray they have.
Oh, of course, yeah. I just thought it was some bloke, some Italian bloke.
It's not just throwing cloves at the place.
No, like little garlic granules, the powder.
Yeah.
Just like dusting it on. That'd be nice, like baby powder.
That's
but
a foul.
Garlic. That looked like a foul on Williams there.
I'll give it though.
Are they playing well? I haven't seen any of the game yet. They're doing all right.
We've created some chances. They've not created anything yet. They've not really had the ball, have they?
No, United are looking all right, but we need to...
Again, this is the time we need to score when we're on. Because against Bournemouth, we had a good 15, 20 minutes to start with, and then just
let them back in it. Yeah, we need to get a goal in while we've got this sort of lead.
I'm going to have a look and see what Deliveroo has to offer for me, because I think I'm going to have to eat.
Fred up to Pereira. Got a lot of space here. Pereira running against one centre-back. Lovely couple of step-overs. Oh, bounces out to Martial. Back to Pereira. Left foot. Deflected.
Get in.
1-0 United.
Get in.
Pereira with a deflected shot.
See him, it's worth him shooting 400 times a game.
Well, he was in the box that time. You don't mind it when he's in the box.
I love a scabby goal, innit?
Yeah, I don't mind it. Well, that's what we were just saying. We need to get a goal while we're ahead. And United have got it now. That's 1-0 to United. Andreas Pereira, he'd probably get the goal there. It was a heavy, heavy deflection, though. But it was good play from him in the build-up as well, because he was brought the ball forward nicely from our midfield up to their goal. Good layoff from Martial. Good number 9 play there. And he just sort of spun out into the right-hand side. Pereira with...
very lucky there.
Pereira got tackled. The ball went to Martial. Then Pereira had a terrible shot that got a massive deflection and in.
We need a bit of luck.
I don't mind the look. I'm not adverse to luck at all.
Yeah,
exactly. That's a huge deflection in it. But yeah, we'll take it 1-0 to United. Yeah. Exactly what you need. Didn't want to spoil the goal for you. Thank you very much, Amar. That's what we need. Happy birthday, Tippy. Whose birthday is it?
Whose birthday?
If it's your birthday, we're doing birthday shout-outs today.
Yep.
Alex is going to sing happy birthday song for you. We've got our own special version because the normal one is copyrighted, so he's got his own tune.
Yeah, there'll be no singing.
Happy beep beep beep, happy beep beep beep, a birthday to you, matey. There you go. Right. So it's 1-0 United. 10 out of 10 would deflect again.
Brilliant.
Definitely. Great deflection. One of my favourite deflections of the season so far.
Go. More quality microphones.
More quality microphones. I like taking it out occasionally. Like an old like an old 30s sportscaster.
I'm not going to say that.
Like a what? How dare you? That
like a see you next Tuesday.
That run by Andreas was shit. Okay.
It looked like he took him out there.
He does get fouled quite a lot, doesn't he, James? It's a booking for who's that?
Him. He wasn't very happy. There. He was just never getting there ahead of Dan James.
He's good and he's so fast. He's such a fast lad.
See, that's everyone saying, "Oh, we're getting penalties are how we're scoring the goals," but that's a good thing to have, to have someone that's going to draw fouls. It
always annoys me that when people are like, "Oh, it's goal, but it's only a penalty." Play. You're like, "Yeah, we've just won a penalty."
Yeah,
and if
he didn't get tackled, he might have scored.
Yeah, exactly. Or even so, what your attack is so dangerous that they feel like they have to bring you down to stop you. That's good. That's a good thing. Who's taking this then? Someone with a left foot. Fred into the box. Maguire.
Oh, it's in.
It's in. 2-0.
It's a goal.
Is it McTominay?
It's not a goal.
McTominay with the goal. A bumbling wreck of a goal. Let's face it. But it's 2-0. 2-0 United.
It's a good crossing.
Oh, it's Dan James's birthday today.
It is Dan James's birthday.
It is. Good lad. Happy birthday, Dan. If you're listening. I don't know if
I'm
you're
sure
watching.
He will.
Do you think Dan James is watching?
Yeah.
He might have a little.
Of course
Apple,
he is.
He might have a little Apple Watch on that he's got the game on. I don't even know if you can get YouTube on there. So the goal, a ball in from Fred, a nice free kick in there.
Everyone's on side.
Ball initially sort of won by a mixture of Maguire and their defender, and then McTominay just toes it through the goalkeeper's legs.
Did Maguire nick that goal off him?
I don't think he did. I think I would like to. Maguire doesn't really win it. He just puts up a good enough fight, and then
it's McTominay. Brilliant.
With that poacher's instinct there, right down the goalkeeper's nutbag. Just sort of dropped it through his legs.
They are two of the scrappiest goals you'd see.
Two awful goals.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, it's McTominay. It's almost potentially an own goal, but McTominay didn't get the last touch. But yeah, a goal is a goal. They are checking it for VAR. I don't know what for. Potential handball in the build-up by Maguire.
His hand.
That's handball then, isn't it? That does it, his hand. Oh. There's not. I think they're going to I think they might overturn this, and we haven't actually seen in the comments whether they overturn it for once.
No, so we're not going to
look at it. We told you not to spoil it for us, lads.
They could give.
You're only spoiling it for yourselves.
See, this is.
Yeah, it's Maguire's arm, doesn't it?
See, this is where VAR is crap. This is where VAR is crap.
Oh no, it doesn't.
How does that?
No, I don't think it does hit Maguire's arm.
It's not handball.
It doesn't. It hits their defender's chest there, their defender's shoulder, I believe. Come on, lads.
Thing is, if they've looked at it that many times and can't decide...
Yeah, it's not clear and obvious, is it?
Then it's not...
Did you see the Sheffield United one yesterday? Oh. Disgusting.
Well, to be honest...
What's he given here?
I don't know. I don't think they know.
Checking goal. Checking.
It's even worse at Old Trafford because you can't see the...
Yeah, there's no screen.
There's no screen, so you just see checking goal.
Chicken goal.
Chicken goal.
What's this ref called? I always know. Is it Moss? Something Moss?
Yeah.
The Rolling Stone gathers no
Why
moss.
Are they still checking
Why are they checking the celebration for VAR? Unless he's done a Nazi salute. They aren't overturning it for the celebration, surely. Look at this! The VAR's checking his celebration! Now, boop! We didn't like your celebration, mate. Let's take it again.
Hang on. So...
It's a goal!
Is that a goal? It is a
goal.
It's
a goal, lads.
Well done.
2-0 goal stands.
See, that's a bit shit. No, going back to that, like the offside bit, I think there needs to be a better, because I don't think they've got I think someone else talked about like the cameras could be like a frame out, and you might, when it's that much of a fine margin, you can never properly check it.
Do you know something I heard in defence of that is when we're talking about frame rates and whether the cameras can pick up when the ball hits the foot, when it leaves the foot. What we see is a stream of 30 frames per second.
And what
they see is multiple 100 frames per second footage streamed there. I don't know if that's true, but I heard someone say that.
I think the thing with the offside bit is as soon as you bring in VAR, you have to be that specific with it all. You have to be that. Yeah, if it is a millimetre offside, then that's what it is. Yeah. The one that's getting me was, if that had got disallowed, what's that for?
Yeah.
And then the Leicester game last night, Guendouzi dragged the lad to the floor, and then they didn't give it.
I didn't see that one.
So they're the ones that we all thought that's how they were going to give goals. That's where VAR is going to fix things.
Yeah.
But they're the ones it's not picking up. I said, like, the offside one, I think it's shit. But they have to draw a line somewhere, and that line, if it's a millimetre, they have to say it.
But,
or maybe they need to make it as it used to be. It needs to be daylight in between the player, or it's got to be a boot offside. You know, it's got to be something.
It's almost as though what they should maybe do is make the line thicker, or like give some sort of buffer for error. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I think
you know, the line they draw. Because if that line was slightly thicker, it would have sort of blurred the gap. Give some sort of margin for error for the referee and for the technology itself, which is still a fledgling technology. Give a margin for error that allows for someone to be he did for someone to be 2 mils offside and it not be a clear and obvious error.
Fantasy Premier League giving it as an own goal.
Bring in the stats. Right, sorry. United have had 3 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals. Although I don't know actually. Whether the McTominay goal will count as a shot on target because it was put in by the defender. So it's hard to know there necessarily. And the same with the Pereira one, I'm not sure. But 3 shots, 2 on target, 55% possession. You can see the stats, can't you? Brighton with only 1 shot on target so far. United are playing well.
They've not looked scintillating, but we're 2-0 up.
2-0 up after 23 minutes.
Complain about that, can you?
We've learned not to complain about these sorts of...
Even getting beat 1-0, we don't complain.
Don't complain about that either.
No.
It's better than being beat 2-0.
Exactly.
I mean, if United win this, which, you know, we've got to say we've got maybe a decent chance of doing, we will have won 5 of the last 6 games, which is a marked improvement over the 10 games before that. And even though our league form still hasn't been great even in that period, winning 5 of the last 6 is certainly progress over the 10 games before that.
I said, and we've got players coming back. We've got Martial looks back fit and looks a lot better.
Yeah.
And makes the team play a lot better. Hopefully you get Pogba back after this break.
Yeah.
You've got, I think Fred and McTominay have grown into the roles a bit better, so you almost gain players there.
Yeah.
And Brandon Williams playing well, which means that maybe Ashley Young won't play.
Maybe not. You've got Lee Mather saying needs to be a cricket-like system with each team given 3 reviews per half or something.
I've always said that. I've always thought it'd be that big, but the problem is, I know the shithouse coaches had saved them to the last minute, and we VAR in throw-ins at in the 90th minute and wasting time and stuff.
And also, there's part of me as well that why should the sort of justice of the game be brought down to whether the manager saw something? Because some managers sit there taking notes. If Van Gaal was there, he might not have seen every incident. Like, some managers sit there taking notes. You almost need an employee for the club who is your sort of watcher. It's not like when you're playing tennis, when if someone hits a serve, they're hitting it towards you.
Or maybe
I guess it would have to be the captain that maybe the captain gets given that decision. Or maybe leave it up
to the referee with it all, and just say to the referee, look, if you're unsure about something, then you just kind of say, look, can you check that, please? Like, that goal shouldn't need to be checked.
But then
the only thing you should say is,
there are
check
things
that
off the ball. What if something's off the ball and the ref just doesn't know it's happened? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. There's no real good way of doing it. The only good way of doing it...
Well, it was working was it the World Cup or the Euros? Yeah, it wasn't that bad there.
No, it wasn't that bad.
But they were going to see it. They were going over to see it on the screens on the side.
I was thinking about this the other day. Why would they not go and look at the screens? My only thought on that would be that you end up... So let's say the referees go and look at the screen almost every time to confirm it. People like Mike Dean, who already have a reputation for being a bit of it's all about me. Yeah. All of a sudden, you're in January and stats start coming out. Mike Dean has only overturned 1 of his own decisions. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I think at the minute they've kind of
percentage.
They've taken it. Well, the other thing is they've not really overturned many referees. Like the penalties things. If a ref has given a penalty, they've not gone back and said no. And if the ref has said that's no penalty, they've not gone no, that is a penalty.
Well, that looked like a trip there. See, we'll have a look at that on VAR because it looked like someone stuck a leg out in front of Rashford. But you could see the narratives being made of which referees are willing to overturn their own decisions and which aren't, and then all of a sudden there's pressure on people, and it's Mike Dean again. Who cares what's the point of having VAR if he never overturns his decisions?
Exactly,
So it's always going to be there's always going to be a bit of difficulty.
It's many decisions.
VAR, what a load of bollocks. Lovely. Rashford here. No, there's no foul there. No foul at all. You can get rid of VAR, the Glazers, or the Tories. Pick one pick only. Well, let's talk. Great question. Let's talk about who is the replacement for all 3. VAR is just gone, is it? The Tories Are we assuming Labour's the alternative there?
Because they're a bit shit at the minute as well.
And the Glazers, who do we have as owners instead? Love the question. I need a bit more. Joe, mate, if you don't scream, bring me the stats in every stream, I'm unsubbing because that just woke up my dog from laughing. Yeah, I'll try it. I like it. Bring out the stats. Brighton with a free kick into the box. Woof.
We didn't really deal with that, did we?
No. Comedy goals for a comedy season, but I'll take them.
I don't care. How they go in, they just go in.
They can't mic the refs up like rugby footballers swear too much. Well, I'll tell you what, it might stop footballers swearing so much.
It would stop it.
Yeah. Because
also, I don't care about the swear. We had, when we were playing in the States, they banned the United States.
I love them.
They actually did a ban on swearing in games whatsoever.
What, golf?
No, football.
Oh, right.
No.
I was going to say.
Multi-sport
what
athlete.
The F was that drive, you dig?
Well, no, they said that to us once. There was a lot of very religious schools, and they said if you swear on the golf course, you could get a penalty. And
the death penalty?
Not the death penalty. A 2-shot penalty.
Oh, right. Way less severe. I was going to say... Sorry,
I'm
sir, if you swear down these parts, you're going to get the death penalty.
We're sat there before we go out, and there's 100 golfers waiting to go out, and this guy's going on saying, look, you need to be careful with your language and all this kind of stuff. 2 holes in, I'm stood on the par 3 watching my mate play on the green, he misses a putt, I just hear, fuck! Yeah, he's going to get pulled for that. But no, they tried to ban it in football.
Yeah.
And you play football, you told your own teammate to fuck off sometimes.
More than anyone else.
That's the kind of thing.
More the F you do.
And they were like booking players for telling our assistant from Dublin was screaming at his left back telling him to fuck off most of the game.
Yeah, you're not going to stop that.
The referee came over and booked him. He said, but it's my own player.
Yeah.
I'm not insulting him.
Then again, look at Kieran Dyer and...
No, he's not insulting him. It's just how they communicate.
Yeah, true. Who was that? Kieran Dyer and Lee Bowyer?
Lee Bowyer. They were just shit houses.
They both got sent off for that, didn't they? It's weird because I didn't know that you couldn't tackle your own players. I know he tackled him with his fist, which is obviously not allowed. But like, if you had the ball and you were being ball greedy, that's a booking. Montoya
has
there.
Been booked? No, it's the other lad that's been booked.
Yeah.
What are we thinking from Deliveroo? I need something.
Give us your suggestions in the comments. What should Alex get from Deliveroo? Because all he's eating today was that bacon sandwich.
About 15 hours ago, it feels like.
Imagine if a ref was mic'd up and it picked up Mata saying "heck." My heart would break. What the heck? What the heck is this? That'd be so
feeling
great.
A chicken sandwich of some sort.
Chicken sandwich of some sort.
So the KFC is up there, but I'm just...
We're checking this one on VAR for a potential red card. It's a not.
I don't think
it wasn't a red card, it's a yellow card.
KFC, but again, Callum says that KFC smells better than it actually is, which I tend to agree most of the time. I think a Deliveroo KFC is going to be even worse because it's going to sat there for 25 minutes.
How long's that bucket been sat out for? That's the problem.
God knows.
Awful business.
So... I did see another one. Tim Hortons.
Get out of the way, ref. Dan James is trying to do his thing.
I think I'm going to end up with a KFC here.
Where do you think we'll finish? 6th, personally. Man United, I guess.
Who's going to finish above us? I know the top 4. Who's that 5th spot? Who's the 5th spot?
Leicester, Arsenal. Oh, no.
Arsenal. Yeah. We're going to be at better Arsenal. Arsenal are dreadful.
Yeah, we might finish 5th.
We could finish 5th.
I think with the 5th. I mean, Tottenham should finish above us, really.
But they're dreadful as well.
But they're terrible.
I seen someone post today about Pochettino again saying, if Pochettino came available now, would you take him straight away? I'm like, why? Why would that make sense?
I don't know.
I don't get it. I mean, he had been playing relatively good football.
Well, that's the thing. I would only take Pochettino if we had a director of football in place because we don't know what Pochettino's like at transfers. We need someone that's making those decisions, not for him, but very much alongside him.
Yeah.
Get a burger and fries or something. Cheers, mate. He's saying, where should he get it? I mean, Nero, you're one of the OGs of the stream. I'm not having to go at you. But we need specifics here. We need Nando's. We need KFC. We're talking, what did you say, Tim Hortons before?
There's a Tim Hortons.
I don't know.
No, but
there's
a chicken sandwich there that kind of jumped out at me.
Where do you think we should get the burger from, Nero? Let us know. Who's our best player? So far, I think Rashford's looked quite good. I think Dan James looked quite good as well.
Or is that in general, who's our best player?
Yeah, in general,
it's probably Pogba, but he's not been fit, so we can't really count him at the minute.
Yeah. I love Nando's. Why do you get a Nando's?
I don't know, but I've just found this. I don't know what this is. Chilango.
Chilango.
It looks very colourful.
Very colourful. They do a lovely...
That looks like waffle fry.
What looks like a waffle fry.
Which is looking very good here.
Oh, yeah, Sheffield United are finishing 5th, obviously. How good have they been? As
That
someone
could
who's
actually happen.
from Worksop, which is
The
near
hay's
Sheffield,
gone down.
I've always enjoyed Sheffield United.
No, Sheffield United will have a run.
Excellent. Yeah, they're going to have a run where they win one game in about 15, aren't they? I
don't know whether I've done any good with golf this morning. We had a decent little score this morning. So
did you?
Yeah.
Wonder what do we think for the game later then? The Liverpool City game. Put your predictions in the thing. What do you want to see? Apart from all players get sent off
some sending off would be nice. Like Van Dijk gets sent off for a last ditch tackle, which means it's a
10 point. Van Dijk bites someone. I'd love that.
Bites someone,
and then he's racist, and then gets a 20-game ban.
Sichuan hot pot.
Get that?
Where is a Sichuan?
Yes,
hot
Emma
pot?
Buchanan. Sichuan is live.
Is there a Sichuan hot pot in
there is a hot pot place. I don't think it's Sichuan. It's a.
Where are we saying we are right now? Because before I say
we're in.
Because we were in America. Now
we're in the Lebanon. No.
I know where we are. I actually know where we are.
Oh, yeah. We're actually in Manchester, in the Northern Quarter. Yeah. If anyone's in Manchester, the Northern Quarter is a sort of small area in the north of Manchester.
There is no Sichuan hot pot.
There's no Sichuan hot pot, I'm afraid. Rashford going past men at will, cutting back. Did well there, got his foot in front of the defender's foot, and Montoya is slightly nervous to make a tackle now since he's on a yellow. Scott McTominay out to Rashford on the left again. I think he just feels like he can go past his man whenever he wants to. Now he's got that booking.
Someone's asked, what Chanel? Kick. Are you a Chanel person? Are you Chanel number 5 or what's that?
It's not... Yeah, what's Chanel? Great question. I like number 6.
I've not actually tried them myself.
Tried them? Do you eat any Arabic food? Do you know what? I'm not entirely sure what constitutes as Arabic food. Because there is
Is Lebanese food?
Yeah, because there's a Lebanese restaurant. Is that Arabic? Excuse my ignorance here.
In Durham, there's a Lebanese place where I used to think that was what was it called now?
There's a lovely Persian restaurant, aka Iranian restaurant in the
Comment on what's happening on the match instead of talking burgers and chucks.
What's chucks?
What's chucks?
Sorry to carry on talking about chucks when you told us not to, but you were talking about them, so we're asking about you. What is chucks?
But we're United are playing good football.
We're talking about the match as well.
Yeah, there's little bits in here and there. Nothing's really happening at the minute.
No, not a lot happening.
If you could take a player from Brighton starting like who you take, probably no. I've not seen anyone that's like would fit in this team. Do they not have do they have anyone on the right hand side that would kind of fit in?
Yeah,
that would be it. Just for someone that is naturally a right winger.
Or as a striker. Who's their striker?
At the minute, our 19-year-old left back is dominating whoever that is.
He's good, isn't he?
Yes, Lebanese Arabic. Yes, Lebanese food.
I've had Lebanese.
There's
I like
a Lebanese in Durham.
Lebanese. Is that what it's called?
It's a chain in Durham.
Love that.
Really good.
What I like with food is something I like with accents as well. How you can, it's sort of the ingredient.
Go on, sorry. What I like with food is what I like.
Am I on a bit of Roque Santa Cruz here?
No, I don't think so. I want to see where you're going with this.
I like how you can sort of piece together the ingredients that a nation uses, and it does. So if you look at like India, the spices that are used in India, okay. And then you look at sort of Turkey, and then you look at the countries in between those two countries. Yeah. So you've got like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, and then the food and ingredients that those countries use sort of blends from one to the other, like with accents as well. So like Manchester accent and Liverpool aren't really that dissimilar, and they sort of bleed into like that Stoke accent, and that Nottingham accent. So I think I've got away with this, haven't I?
Yeah, you're doing well. Yeah,
I like how in Iranian
I just had no idea where you were going
like turmeric and stuff, but they don't use cumin as much. But then that gets brought in from the Indian side of things. But then they also use a lot of kebabs and hummus and stuff, which is more from the sort of Mediterranean Turkish side of things. I like that. I think I'm all right. I think I got out of that. Chucks is chickens now. I've never heard of Chucks being called chickens before.
No. KFC and Ting. Yeah.
Who scored the second? It was
an own goal or McTominay. It was just bundled over the line, really.
Yeah, but pretty much McTominay, I'd say. Get a cheeky Nando's. Why aren't you getting a cheeky Nando's?
I could get Nando's. To be fair, fried chicken is where I'm at.
Josh, there's a pub on Trafford Road right near Old Trafford called the Matchstick Man, and they had the biggest barbecue ribs I've ever seen. It was cheap too. I used to live in a flat that was a 1 minute walk from the Matchstick Man. I used to live right next to it. I used to go in the Matchstick Man maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Before matches, it's absolutely
really
banging.
Excited then.
Well, I haven't been there in a while. Did you ever see? Do you know like pubs have like the swinging sign outside that's got like a little drawing of like the red lion?
Yeah.
Did you ever see, Josh, the Matchstick Man's little logo I don't know if I'll see if I can find it. It was literally a man that was made of matches, and his arm was on fire, and he was like running around in fear, screaming because he was on fire. This is a pub. It's like some sort of horror show from like those early Disney films where everything used to just go wrong all the time. Terrifying. I like that thread, Joe. Spot on accent.
Lebanese place in Durham. Adam Barker, have you been to Lebanese? Are you a Durham resident?
Have you been to Lebanese?
Not Lebanese. Lebanese, not Lebanese.
Oh, sorry.
Lebanese.
Is it called that because it's Lebanese and you eat there? Is it called? It's because it's Lebanese and it's very neat inside.
No, it's because you eat there.
Okay.
Go falafel in Piccadilly Gardens. I don't want to leave. That's the problem.
I'm going to see if we can get. No, Go Falafel deliver.
Do they?
Yes. I'm going to see if I can get a picture of the Matchstick Man's logo. I don't think we're going to be able to find it.
I'm going to get a KFC.
You're going to get a KFC?
Yeah,
what are you going to get?
I'm going to get some kind of burger. Fillet box meal.
Fillet box meal.
That looks good. Fillet tower box meal. That sounds better.
Yeah, it does sound good, actually.
Select your sides.
Select. Footy Bite will lead you to the match.
Regular fries.
Is Footy Bite a website, or is it like a little mascot that you've got that hold onto your hand and Footy Bite will lead you to the match? Go on, Footy Bite. Grab his hand. He'll take you.
I'm not getting a side salad from KFC. Stupid idea. Beans. Got to be beans.
Do you have beans?
Yeah, beans.
Let us know in the comments, what's your KFC order? What do you go for? I was always a boneless banquet kind of guy. But then again, I'd get the boneless banquet. No, it wasn't. The king meal. Oh, I don't know.
Hang on. I had...
Pereira with a sort of a wasteful ball out to Dan James there. Turkish.
Mighty bucket for one. No, I'm going to burger.
I ate there a few weeks ago, actually, Turkish. Lebanese in Durham is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Nando's KFC is shit. Okay, very rude. Yeah. I mean...
KFC is shit, but it's cheaper than others and the delivery's quicker, so...
At Durham Uni?
Yes.
Not been to Lebanese myself, but only heard good things.
Adam, what college are you in? I was at Durham for... I still am, technically. There.
You're a liar. Right, how many unis have you been to then? Oh, I went to America. Oh, I went from Durham. You're lying, mate.
I'm not lying.
Well, tell us the truth
I
then.
have 2 unis. One in America.
Tunis, as he calls
Tunis.
it. Looney Tunis.
The one in America.
Yes. Which was called what? And where was it?
Northwood University in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, WPB.
Yeah.
Love it.
But then that... So this is where it gets confusing.
So how old were you?
That 19 when I went there.
Cheers, Alex.
18? 19? Then that got...
I don't know.
That,
don't ask me.
19.
Okay.
Then that got bought by another university when I was there.
Right.
So technically I finished my degree at a different university. So maybe it counts as 3 universities I've been to. So because then I came back and had nothing to do.
As Brighton just...
And just someone said, do you want to go to... Do you want to go to university and play golf and do your masters at Durham? And I went.
What was the So what did you study?
Business management, masters.
And you did the same thing there.
Yeah. Well, no, I did advertising marketing in America, and then I've done business management in Durham.
Lovely.
The marketing would have cost me more money. And this one cost
so
me
they paid for it for you?
Yeah.
Because you're so good at golf.
Yeah.
Well, am I good enough at that? Well, am I good enough at? Do you think that I could get a some sort of scholarship like that?
I don't know.
YouTubing.
Could I do YouTubing scholarship, please? I could get YouTube videos and make all the money.
Which I can't actually. Zinger always Zinger for me.
Yeah,
I go to Popeyes instead, but it's too dangerous right now because of chicken sandwiches. Tell us more about that. We've heard we're talking about this the other
Popeyes.
Day. What's going on?
It's all weird. It's just apparently the Popeyes burger is immense, which I never had.
What, it's so good that people are killing each other.
Yeah, someone got stabbed because they're busy in a Popeyes.
Did they think were they dressed as a burger at the time? Did someone think they were just trying to slice their burger in half?
Van Mildick Carden studying maths.
Boo! What college are you in?
I was St Mary's because that's where they put all the postgrads because you just go over there and just deal with that.
Right.
So I never got. It's a weird system.
The second has gone down as a proper OG, which is a great thing to say.
South McTominay, because he would have probably been in the top third top scorer then.
But yeah, also the ball was going in. Why is that an own goal?
I don't know.
Can someone give me the definition of an own goal, please? And we can try and work out why that was given an own goal. Because if Proper didn't touch the ball, that was going to go in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Does it not count as a deflection because it was a purposeful action on the ball or something? I can't imagine why that wouldn't be McTominay's goal. As United are breaking out here, Dan James on the right-hand side. We've got Rashford and Martial streaming into the box. Ball in the box. Rashford back post. Oh, lucky. Just not quite enough on the cross, but a good counter-attack there from United. Old white bird got body slammed by a Popeyes employee. Old white bird, is that how they tenderize the chicken? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean a human? That's how they make the burger so tasty. They get one of the employees to jump off the top ropes and just elbow it right in the breast meat. Go on, what were you going to say?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm lost after the old white bird.
Popeye's chicken sandwich is proper. Not the same proper that scored the own goal for Brighton. Five Guys, you still watching the football for us? Yeah, we've got it
it's still on. Yeah,
we just gave you a description of the counter-attack. Ball in the box.
Oh, went all the way through.
Not a lot there. I've run out of drinks.
See. I'm struggling to add the delivery address here because our address has another street is another one in Manchester.
Is there?
There is. It's miles away. It's like near Bolton. So every time you put it in, there's like the regular one. Is it?
I like how you're avoiding saying the name of the street.
I did well there, just in case we're going to get mobbed.
Yeah, good idea.
Not for us.
They brought back their chicken sandwich after they'd been off the menu for a while, and the high demand made people go crazy, actually fighting and pulling guns for a sandwich. I mean...
It's only a sandwich.
It's a sandwich, isn't it? And also, is it that much better than like a Chick-fil-A? Is it that much better than a KFC?
I don't think it can. I don't think it can be that much better.
Not with fighting, not with pulling guns for.
And stuff.
Yeah, I think it was an own goal because the centre back was trying to clear the ball when he put it in the net. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
but
no one wants an own goal. Just give the goal to McTominay.
Yeah,
Someone's getting booked here.
No one likes an own goal.
Who is it?
Pereira? And also, when it's an own goal, no one gets an assist either, do they? Rashford's been booked there for what can only be described as attempted murder on...
He's getting him back from before that.
On Montoya there. What channel are you watching, lads? Not allowed to say. MSNBC Sports. Is it MSNBC or is it NBC Sports Network? What's MSNBC? You should know.
MSNBC. It's different. It's just different people. NBC is... I don't know.
National Broadcasting Corporation?
Yeah. This is the... I don't know.
Very nice.
Oh, go on, Brandon Williams.
Joey's on fire today. Bring up the stats. I'm excited. I'm excited for the game. United are on. There's just the two of us today as well, so we can let loose.
Fraser Wilson from South Africa.
Hello, mate. Whereabouts in South Africa are you from? Also, what's the capital of South Africa? Why have you got three different capitals? What's going on? Is it Johannesburg? Is it Cape Town? Is it Pretoria? Which one is it? Let us know, mate. Thank you. That info came from the BBC Football, talking about why it was an own goal. I
just put a bit of a joke in the group chat there about City have decided to remove any images of the Premier League titles from their team coach for Sunday because every time Liverpool get close to one, they bottle it.
Oh, lucky lads. That's MSNBC's Russian Gate channel. Oh, God, I'm scared.
Popeyes in Singapore is decent. Better than KFC, at least.
We don't have Popeyes in Singapore. Should have done, though. I'd have enjoyed that. MSNBC is the sports side of NBC.
Then how come this is NBCSN then?
Yeah. Tell us about that then, Carpen and DMs. I'm also from South Africa. What is the capital of South Africa? There's like an administrative capital,
That's a bit
business capital. There's all different types of capitals. Get to Dougie's Manchester Proper OG Caribbean food. Whereabouts is that, Lee?
There's some good Caribbean places. Jerk Shack's very good. And then there's a place... You've never been?
No.
You've been in this office that many times where we go...
I never go with you lot.
No, you always go and...
Oh, that's a heavy challenge on... That'd hurt that. Right on Dan James's ankle there. Painful one, 6 studs.
Yeah, there's the Jerk Shack and then there's one in Hume that's very good as well. It's a bit dodgy to get there though, but it's mega.
There used to be a good Caribbean place down where I lived in Salford that I used to go to occasionally. That was pretty nice. MSNBC is the news station. Oh, so someone said MSNBC was the sports station. Now we're hearing that it's the news station.
It's just old.
If anyone in here
is
one of the lead presenters for MSNBC, can you let us know exactly what's going on? Also, I still want to know what the capital of South Africa is. Probably because South Africa is massive, about the size of 4 large countries. It is massive, but countries like Russia, one capital, Moscow. Yeah. America, one capital, Washington, D.C. There's a lot of countries bigger than South Africa that have managed to only have one capital. Is it... Okay, technically Pretoria is our executive capital, just that Johannesburg is our largest city, which is why people think it's our capital. I agree.
Okay, so it's not the capital, so it's Pretoria then?
But when you type in capital of South Africa on the Googs, you got Cape Town mentioned in there as well. What's Cape Town got to do with it?
Sent me a text. I think we're behind.
Is it a good one or a bad one?
It's a good one.
Watch the game, everyone.
Watch the game.
Martial on the left-hand side. Ball taken off him.
So
also, who's texting you? Tell him to stop texting. You ain't got any mates.
No.
Who is it? Brandon Williams there giving the ball away.
Maybe I'm wrong because I think it doesn't look like there's anything going to happen.
Does it? Because not that far behind.
Not that far behind, no.
Johannesburg is in Pretoria. They the capital. If you go visit Cape Town, it's the best place in the country. Okay, so Cape Town is in Pretoria. Fantastic. What about Bloemfontein? Because that's also mentioned. We're getting to the bottom of this, and I like it. Bloemfontein.
Maybe there is a goal. Maybe there isn't.
48 minutes gone then.
Touch.
Brighton giving the ball away in their own half, trying to play out from the
They've
back.
not even got out past their own half, have they? All game, really.
Do you know what's quite admirable? As we've seen United struggle to manage to play in a sort of build it from the back pressing system, the teams like Brighton, who they try and play it from the back, and their personnel is notably worse than ours, and they still try and do it. And I do actually have more respect for them now. They try these more difficult systems.
It's like Arsenal, they're trying it as well with notably worse footballers.
With no footballers at all. They just haven't got a defence or midfield, have they?
No.
What's going on? Was the person who sent you that text at the game?
No. So it's very dodgy.
Yeah, it's all a bit. Rashford into Martial, 40 yards out-ish.
It's got to be half time.
It's got to be half time now.
It is.
Interesting. What did they say? What
it said Pereira with a little flame. Like, he's not been that good, has he?
Oh, I thought he must have had to score to get something like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was going to be a Pereira worldie. So it's half time.
Yeah, it's half time. It's 2-0 to Man United. Slim Reaper says, "How the fuck are Brighton this bad today when they've played so well in most of their games? How the fuck are these shot on 16 points?" I apologise for the swearing, but those weren't my words. Those were the words of the Slim Reaper, which is a great rap name, by the way.
Reaper. That's good.
Joburg is not in Pretoria. This is fantastic. We've got some sort of...
What's going on here?
There's conflict in South Africa.
Shall we actually talk a bit of football whilst half time? Because people kind of like...
Let's talk football, lads.
A little bit of football. And whilst we're there,
You
Callum, can you put this address in for me? Because it's taken me about half an hour. It's still not happening.
We're still trying to get some food ordered.
Yeah. Just pop it in.
Right, let's have a look at the game then. So, have we got any stats? Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll get them in a minute.
We'll get them in a bit. But no, we've been good. They've not created anything whatsoever, which is... We've not looked flowing football or anything like that, but we scored 2 goals.
Scored 2 goals, which is more than we can
been struggling all year to do.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's...
Just looking at some of the stats, and these are from the BT Sport website, since our own in-house stats are sort of lagging behind slightly. United have had 5 shots, 4 on target. Brighton with 4 shots and none on target. I don't think
of the shots. Really.
They had a couple of headers they had one from a corner, one from a free kick.
It's saying Brighton have had 51%, we've had 49%. Yeah. It's been very much in the midfield. There's not been any team dominating.
Not particularly. And one thing here as well, Brighton have given away 10 fouls, which has been noticeable. They've looked quite dirty.
And we've actually created from a couple of crosses and set pieces.
Which is nice to see because United have been so bad from set pieces for the last, year? But yeah, it's been a good half for United. Obviously, goals from Pereira. Should we have a little talk about that goal then? The Pereira goal was...
He broke forward, didn't he, himself?
Yeah.
He was doing all right, and then...
He got tackled on the edge of the box.
His usual thing, he maybe took one too many touches instead of either playing it or shooting.
Yeah. And the ball bounced off him
to Martial. He did well, took the touch, and then...
Passed it back to Pereira.
And then it's just a scabby finish.
Who had a first-time shot, and the ball hit a defender and bounced to the goalie's right-hand side.
Guys, stop whinging. We play well. I'm not saying we're not whinging.
Who's whinging?
I'm not whinging.
We're not whinging.
We're just saying that we've not been spectacular. It's not like we're battering them. It's just that
we're just doing well and we're winning.
Doing well and we're winning.
Yeah. We ain't whinging.
Shouldn't get too happy. Shouldn't get too sad. It's just we're winning. That's what we should be doing.
And then the second goal, it was from what was the free kick awarded for? Was it a foul on James again? I think it was, wasn't it?
James or the Rashford one?
Was it coming from the right side, wasn't it?
Right hand side. It was James. Got taken out.
Ball sort of whipped in to Maguire, who, interestingly, Maguire, a lot of it has been sort of at the back post, and we've been lofting balls into him for him to sort of head back.
That's kind of how they did it for England in the World Cup. Like they scored millions of goals.
But he was a bit more central for this one, wasn't he?
Yeah, a bit more central. Won the ball, dropped down, bit of a scramble, and bumbled it over. But
I think McTominay should have got the goal. He sort of knocked the ball through the goalkeeper's legs, and as he was sort of arriving at the other side of the goalie, just on the line, proper kind of cleared it, and it went into his own goal. So I think it's a bit unlucky not to be given the goal there, but it was certainly good
We're
play.
just looking at the goals again. Yeah, I mean the Pereira shot's dreadful, but goes in.
I think it was going
Brilliant.
wide, to be honest.
And there's someone on the line anyway. If it went in, that would have been
yeah,
ridiculous. Someone saying Chelsea, Liverpool, Leicester, and now
point.
even Brighton commentators keep saying that teams are playing badly, and maybe we just play them on a lucky day. Maybe we're just making them play poor. I think we are better at controlling a team that don't have the ball this year, which is what happens when you have a better defense than we have done for years. You know, with Maguire, with Wan-Bissaka, we're comfortable with letting other teams have the ball.
Yeah. Well, it's today it's been like 50-50 essentially, the possession. And I agree with you there, Max. I've always thought this.
Yeah.
The one thing that annoys me if sometimes a team is clearly just playing very badly.
Yeah.
But the idea that if one team's playing well, it has to be because the other team's playing poorly. It just isn't true. Like the Chelsea game, the 4-0, Chelsea played quite well in that game.
Quite well.
You know, whatever. But the other night, Chelsea played well and we just beat them. Liverpool played quite well against United and we just beat and we got the draw against them. Like, I agree.
Yeah.
I think United, Leicester particularly, we really stopped them playing as we tend to do against Leicester.
Yeah.
And I think we were good against
the Chelsea
them.
game is that we did what we were going to do against the big teams. We were going to sit back and let the three fast players that we've got counter-attack on them. And that's what we did. And that's where we scored all the goals from. Yeah.
As we're looking at the stats on the screen there, Brighton have actually had more passes than United in this half. So, like I said, they've not just sat back and done nothing, but I think that has allowed United to counter-attack. And there's been a lot of, I can't remember, someone just said it a minute ago, the only thing that's really stopped us getting more goals are a lot of fouls on our front three, which they've had to kind of do since they've been, pressing like they have and trying to get past like they have. And we've got our own
stats now.
We got the stats! I liked it. I didn't like it as much as the first time, actually.
The ones we just read out.
Yeah, there you go. 4 key passes.
4 yellow cards.
Yeah, well, it's been quite dirty, hasn't it? 1 offside, 3 corners to United. I mean, kind of even, but not even, if you know what I mean. United have stopped them making any chances, really. Williams had 1 error, loses marking on the last corner. I hope Maguire tells him off for that. I think Williams would take well to it. Yeah, Williams does seem like the sort of guy that can overcome a bit like that.
They're the things he's going to learn as he grows into it. It's, it's concentration all the way through. But he's looked really good, to be honest. It just looked like he's the right player for the position, hasn't he? It's a lot better than our other left back choices.
Yeah. He doesn't look like he's a young kid who's like sometimes with Greenwood, as good as he's been, sometimes he looks a little bit naive and he struggles to get into games, which it's harder to get into games as a striker. But Williams has never looked like that. He just looks completely settled.
I think people underestimate like how much the physical element matters, even if it's not essentially pace and things like that. It's not sometimes height or anything like that. And even strength, it's doing it for 90 minutes, and someone that's 26 is going to do it better than a 19-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also it's not physicality isn't always how strong you are, how big you are. Look at Jamie Vardy. He's a tiny little meth head pigeon of a boy. And yet, his aggression and his willingness to be physical is what makes him such a good presence as a striker. And that's the same with Williams. He's relatively tall, but it's his willingness to be physical that makes him a physical player, not necessarily how much he can bench press or how big he is. And he's really adapted to that side quite well, I think, because he's a bit of a shithouse. He's a bit of a... As a player, a bit of an arsehole, isn't he?
That's what you need if you're not the strongest.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really allowed him, I think, to just settle in like it's just part of the furniture almost already, isn't he?
So it's also, going back to Vardy, someone tweeted yesterday saying, because Vardy's having obviously a really good season.
Jamie or Rebecca?
She's having a poor time.
She's had a bad time.
Bad time. But anyway, so they said, someone tweeted that Vardy at 22 had no Premier League appearances, no Premier League goals, and all this, and we're going on about him. Whereas Rashford, who everyone seems to be comparing against, they compared Abraham to him and all that.
Yeah.
He's done so much at 22.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Rashford is the benchmark for
Vardy wasn't
even
playing
players.
at Fleetwood at this when he was 22.
Yeah. Vardy was... What do you think he was doing? I bet he worked in a chippy when he was 22, and I bet he used to wee on the fish. And that's not slander because I'm joking, but you could imagine it, couldn't you? When no one's looking, he wees in the batter mix like that. Oh, batter this then. I'll batter this. Sorry.
But yeah, like that's where people are slagging off Rashford and stuff and comparing. Like, Vardy's had a great career, after the age of 28.
Yeah, well, same with Ian Wright. I know the game was different in the 80s, but I don't think he was a professional till he was 21 or 22. Exactly. Like, it's not always, not everyone matures at the same level, not everyone, and again, it can't be overstated how Rashford has played predominantly in a relatively poor team. Like, compare it...
And not as a number 9, which he's not the best at. He played that short period of time under Van Gaal as a number 9 when he came in at 18. And then Mourinho... Zlatan came in, so he was either on the bench or left wing. Yeah. And then Lukaku came in, so he was either left wing. Yeah. So...
And it seems as though he's found more of a partnership with Martial this season. I think if he'd been playing in that City team instead of Sterling, I have no doubt he would have been doing relatively similar numbers to what Sterling's been doing. I think it's just a case of this United squad has struggled to score 50 goals in the league for the last 5 years. Yeah. We barely scrape over 50 goals. Yeah. And there are other teams in the league getting 80, 90, 100 league goals.
He's scored 8 already this season. It's not that bad of a return considering how poor we've been.
No, exactly. He's doing well this season. I think he's doing well. If anyone thinks he's having a bad season this year, tell you what, mate,
rubbish.
Yeah, kiss your son on the arm because that's all you deserve. No. The Vardys vote UKIP. Oh, UKIP have fallen off the face of the earth, haven't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
They're sort of a B-Tech Brexit party these days.
You got email about the radiator.
I've got to email my. Landlords about my radiator in my room.
It's not on.
Turned it back on for the first time since last winter. It's broke. Rashi isn't really a number 9. He isn't necessarily, but he also he seems to have found a partnership with Martial that their runs and their sort of passing and movement tends to complement each other in the ways that others haven't necessarily worked for Rashford. I don't think. Mad Dragon there.
Everyone talk about we need a right winger and stuff, but but it's gonna take time. Yeah. It's not gonna just happen.
No, and as we've seen for the last 5 years when we've not bought one.
Yeah, but everyone's saying that we need to do that in January. It might not happen. It might not even happen in the summer. They're going to try. Yeah, but you can't just sign people that aren't the right one. There's
also, look across Europe. There is a shortage of top class right wingers. Ever since there's been an emphasis on wingers that play with their opposite foot and cut inside. Yeah. Now you need left-footed players, which are only 10% of people are left-footed. Now you need a world-class left-footed player who is good enough to be a winger, but not doesn't get enough goals to be a striker and isn't defensively good enough to be a fullback. It's not. There aren't enough left-footed players for there to be an abundance of world-class right wingers. It's quite difficult to find.
Someone put in there then Rashford's finishing isn't good enough to be a number 9. I don't think that's true. I think it's just his instincts aren't as a number 9. I think he wants to be on the ball, driving at defences and finishing. I don't think he essentially wants to be going in across the 6-yard box and nicking those goals. No. And he's not a very good header.
I think he hasn't got that poacher's instinct. I think he's a good finisher. I think his
finishing's great. I think striking the ball is fine. It's just the fact that he's not that kind of person that wants to nip in front of the centre-half and get that goal, and he can't head the ball. Exactly. That's the one thing you can't do.
Halvard Triggerset, I've smashed that there, has said no number 10. I think what he means number there 10, is we need 100%. Number 10. We do. I couldn't agree with you more. You look at the build-up play of Mata in the week.
It makes a big difference.
Whilst I don't think he's the answer, obviously, because he's too slow, and talk about physicality, his pace is so slow, he's so weak that regardless of whether he's willing to get into tackles or not, his physicality just isn't right for the Premier League anymore.
Here's one for you. Here's a scenario. Christian Eriksen becomes available for around 30 million.
Pounds?
Pounds, yeah. In January.
January the 2020?
January 2020, as in now, right? Do you sign him?
Keep talking, boy.
But if we sign him, that means that we don't get Maddison in the summer. Or we don't even attempt to sign Maddison in the summer.
Do we get Maddison otherwise? Or is it just an unknown?
We're going to try and get Maddison in the summer. But that means that this season we're going to have no number 10.
No number 10.
Because we're not going to get Madison in January.
We're not going to get Madison in January. It's not happening, boy.
For as much as I'd love to, imagine going to Leicester now. It said, I know we took your best centre-half in the summer. Yeah. Now can we take your best player in the middle of the season when you're doing quite well? And even if we say, here's 100 million, I think they go, no, we're going to wait now. Because I think they're going to wait.
Personally, I think this anti-Eriksen agenda is based on a recency bias that they've been poor.
Yeah,
they've been shit this season.
He's still very good.
I think Eriksen is an excellent player with proven Premier League numbers. Some of the goals he scored for them, for Denmark. I think he's a sensational player.
Quality.
2-footed. His work rate is incredible. He worked well in a pressing system. We know he does.
Yeah.
He's done it for Spurs. Again, football fans are so fickle that everyone acting like, if you watch Spurs, he's actually been shit for him. He hasn't been bad. He's been one of Spurs' best players for the last 5 years. And also, he's had to pick up the slack in the last 18 months when Dele Alli's been crap or been not fit.
Yeah.
He's been their only living number 10, and he gets stick when he doesn't play well for a few weeks because he wanted to leave. I would take Eriksen. I think
you'd gamble on him in January.
I personally
and think that he could do a job.
Eriksen has been a better player than Maddison has been. I don't think Maddison's ever been as good as Eriksen at his best. Not saying that he couldn't become that, but you're taking more of a risk with Maddison. You're spending more money on him. There's potential there, certainly, but we don't have proof that Maddison is as good as Eriksen.
A few people in there saying you could play both.
No.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think you'd need, then you'd need to sign someone ridiculously.
If we get rid of Pogba, we could play both. Get rid of Pogba, play Eriksen and Maddison with Ndidi behind, or whoever the next
now
Ndidi
you're
is.
signing a third.
Should we just support Leicester?
Leicester.
I know you can't change teams, and I'd never truly love them. I'd always have my eye on my ex-wife, Man United. But we like Maddison and Ndidi. Let's just support them.
I think everyone has a bit of a soft spot for Leicester. Apart from people that hate Leicester. I think
apart from people from like Nottingham, they don't like them.
But
so
Leicester's everyone's still right now after what they did.
Moad is saying that
and put Rashford on the right. No, Rashford can't play on the right.
We don't need more left wingers.
No,
we need a right winger.
If we sign a left
Cam or a
that's ridiculous. We can't sign a left winger.
No. Spurs haven't seen Eriksen for 18 months.
18 months is strong.
I think that's strong.
He was very good. He got them to that. He got them to that Champions League final with a lot of good performances.
Yeah. It's a difficult one, isn't it?
It's off again. There's a football match.
Yeah, second half kicked off. United making a good run with Rashford on the ball, and he's just given earned a corner kick there.
Everyone's going on saying Eriksen won't go for 30. His contract runs out in the summer.
Yeah, so he's going for nothing in the summer.
I know what Levy. You know what Levy's like. He's going to take some money from him.
Take it or Levy. That's what he
says
says at the end of every negotiation.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
Eriksen stinks of Sanchez, though.
Sanchez was 30. Eriksen's 27.
Yeah,
he's got 3 more years in him. There's a big difference. Ball into the box then. Headed away by
And I think the Sanchez thing, I think the money was too much. And I think he was coming into a system that didn't fit him either.
Yeah, we didn't.
I think if he'd have
we didn't need another left winger
now and went in as a 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it might have been different. But because it was so tough for him.
And also, what it seemed to do as well is upset the apple cart just so much with that 450 grand a week he was being paid. That was all the focus was on that.
Yeah, it wasn't dealt with.
Eriksen wouldn't be on that. Eriksen would be on 250, similar to some of our other sort of bigger name players. He'll come in, he'll have a chance to. I mean, no offense, but he's certainly better than Pereira. And for 30 million, that's nothing. Yeah. If you get Maddison in the summer, that's 70, 80 million of. Let's say 150 million budget gone. You can get Eriksen for 30, then you can get Sancho for 120 and still have 40 left for a defensive midfielder. Like, it's. I know that you want the players you want, but also, if I don't even know if we're after Ndidi, there's never been any links for Ndidi, but he's the one who I like to see. Yeah. Like the way he brought the ball out yesterday for
quality.
That it was Maddison's goal, wasn't it? Or was it Vardy's goal? But he won the ball back and a nice bit of footwork to take it away from a man. Well. We haven't got anyone like that.
No. Why would Eriksen leave Spurs for United? Because, at the minute, they want to get rid of him because they've not given him a new contract. So that's the first thing. And he's not going to Madrid because they've got too many players.
Yeah.
Where else is he going to go? Yeah. PSG's the maybe, but they've got a lot. They've got Di Maria.
They've got Di Maria. They've got, they've still got. I mean, I know they've got a lot of midfielders. They've got they've got loads of attackers as well. They've got Icardi and Cavani and Neymar and Mbappe. I don't know where he gets in that side.
And then there's people bringing up Bruno Fernandes as well, who I don't even know if he's a real person. To be honest, I've just seen a lot of pictures of him.
I've never seen him.
I don't know. It's a risk on. Everyone says they'll bring up his stats and say he's amazing, does all this. He's still only in the Portuguese league. You don't know what he's going to do. There's been so many unbelievable players that come to the Premier League and just been really bad.
That's the thing that you get in with Maddison or you get in with Eriksen.
They've done it here.
They've proven Premier League experience, which is such an invaluable asset on a player, especially someone like Eriksen, where, as we just said, you're probably getting him for 25, 30 million, which you can't overestimate.
Phone call from Leeds.
Phone call from Leeds. Surely not.
Hello.
Alex there, just picking up his delivery.
No problems. Are you outside, mate?
Odegaard, again, I think he's too young. I think we need some more of an older head that's got more experience to come in. Odegaard's never really, he's been kind of. Is this young talent that looks potentially good, but he's never done it in the Premier League again. You'd have to pay a lot of millions to get him away from Real Madrid. I just don't think Odegaard's necessarily the right kind of player.
No, I'm sorry for taking my delivery call.
No, it's fine.
I need it. I need food.
Joe, that does sound good, but does sell Pogba and buying 3 or 4 quality players for a good price fit into Glazeonomics? I don't know. I don't know what fits into Glazeonomics really, because we've sort of done it multiple ways. We've done the let's try and get the big names like I said, Falcao and Di Maria, but now we're seeing a different tactic.
Yeah,
I think.
And for as much as I don't think Edward was the right person, I definitely don't think the Glazers are the best owners in the slightest.
No.
But what we did this summer was what's needed to happen for a while.
Yeah.
We signed the right players. You can't say that the 3 signings we've had are wrong.
No.
So we have to give them a little bit of credit.
Yeah, and
we've
also
done that.
Yeah,
yes,
and
we sold a lot and didn't replace them, but
and also give Solskjaer some credit for that as well, because he was clearly behind that.
This, and they needed. It's what they had to do. It's what needed to be done.
Yeah, it seems like we're sort of going in a different direction.
Yes.
Kai Havertz, again, he's just one of those that falls into the bracket of it's 100 million and. You just don't know. No. Germany doesn't have the greatest track record of success in the Premier League coming from the German league.
Mkhitaryan number was another one.
Yeah, he got like 30 goals and 20 goals and 20 assists, didn't he? That season he came over. Yeah. It's a not that no good German players play in the Premier League, but it's been kind of one of those strange anomalies that none of the top German players that have come in have really worked particularly well.
Not really.
But he definitely looks like a good talent. I don't
going the other way. It has worked. Whereas Gnabry has gone over there he was at Arsenal and been ridiculous.
And he just looked fine for Arsenal, didn't he? He didn't look particularly good at all. Is this your food?
It is. I think it is.
What you got again?
KFC.
Oh. Guys, where's the pizza? Pizza. There is no pizza, but there is a KFC arriving as we speak. Look at the size of the bag. Show the bag off.
Look at the size.
Get your bag out. There's the Colonel there. Colonel Sanders. What's Colonel Sanders' first name? John? John Sanders? Bernie. Imagine if it was Bernie Sanders. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? If it was Bernie Sanders, I bet the chicken would be free range, wouldn't it? I'd have a lovely life. Free healthcare for the Bernie Sanders Colonel chicken. What you got then? Gizzard fry? Come on. You can't do this. Still hot. Still hot.
Delivery service.
I've managed. Look at that one I've got. Right. Too hot. What? Too hot. That couldn't speak. Brighton have got the ball then. I burnt my mouth.
That was someone just spitting out.
God's sake.
Welcome to the best Manchester United Watchalong there is. Farting.
United haven't really done anything second half.
Please say you've got that recorded. Joe Showreel. Joe, you're not getting a job outside of this.
Pogba is going to leave. So an Ndidi type in there with the other two would be pretty mouth-watering. Yeah, I think it would. Does anyone know any other... Who's the next up-and-coming Ndidi? That, like Idrissa Gueye, that kind of... more robust, not so physically, not like a big lad like Matic. They're more nippy, quick, cutting the ball out.
On the watch-along on what game did we watch? Belgrade.
Yeah.
I want us to sign someone that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Because I want the scouts have gone in and gone, he's the one. No one's ever heard of him. We're going to pay 20 million for him, like Dan James, that I've never really heard of.
No, I'd never heard of him.
And then it just works.
Yeah.
Like indeed, he came to them.
Yeah.
I don't think he was the.
Well, like Kante, what was it? 400 grand they bought him for.
That's what. Hope you bought it for Housen. Housen's not here, so
he can do what he wants.
He can do what he wants.
He can sack off.
I didn't drink his Red Bull, which is sat there waiting.
No one touches Housen's Red Bulls.
No, it's going to go in the fridge.
He's going to put it in the fridge for him. So King Housen is appeased when he gets home.
I'm going to turn this away.
Fred turning, trying to get the ball on his left foot. Who's that there? Maguire. Oh. Ball out for a corner kick there. Maguire on the edge of the box taking shots there. Chowdhury, Fosu Mensah. Fosu Mensah's a tough one, isn't it?
Good, but he didn't really play very well for Crystal Palace.
And he didn't really play as a defensive midfielder either. No. Can he stay fit is exactly another problem.
Let's see what he can do.
Sandro Tonali from Brescia is meant to be the next Pirlo. That's the one way we could go with it, that more sort of James Garner, Pirlo, Carrick type. But
James Garner, Pirlo, Carrick.
The thing is, most of... Well, you know what I mean?
No pressure on the young lad.
That metronomic type defensive midfielder. But if you look around Europe, most of the top teams at the moment have that kind of player alongside a more industrial. You've got Fabinho was that industry. You've got Kante. You've got Fernandinho. Most teams have that kind of defensive midfielder as well as the creative ones.
You want to see like where Liverpool signed Wijnaldum from Newcastle and gone 30 million. Why are you spending 30 million on him? And for 2 seasons, you're like, I don't really get. And then
it just works.
They made a midfield that fits around him, and he's very good now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and then you've got him.
He's not improved that much. Everyone goes on. He's not. He just fits in that system better.
Yeah, Martial into the box, takes a shot, and that's handball. Looks like it could be handball. No. Why not give Garner a chance? Fraser, I like your what's the word? Idea.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have took me that long to come up with the word idea. I like your idea, but he's 18. Like, you can't just put him in alongside Williams, who's 19, Greenwood, who's 18. Like, your team can't have 4 18-year-olds in it.
I think the one thing is that we make these opinions and we watch these games and all that, but these lads are in training every day.
Yeah.
With someone. They know what they're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer watches them every day, sees what they're doing, and can see...
Well, like, he made a point the other day, Solskjaer made a point about Greenwood the other day, how... he's not always been amazing in training. No, sometimes he tries to turn it on and turn it off, and you can't always do like that. So I think he's trying to manage these players, and that's to be expected from an 18-year-old. It's not necessarily criticism. Yeah. It's just that's what 18-year-olds are like. It takes a while to get that consistency. That's why people like Mbappe and Rashford and players like that who can come in immediately are so special.
Time. I agree. I think McTominay, if you have a midfield that's a Liverpool-esque, where it's a pressing, high-working midfield, yes, he's going to do very well. But you need 2 players around him that are going to help him out.
Yeah.
I said, when you watch England, Henderson looks dreadful.
Yeah.
Henderson looks dreadful.
Because he hasn't got Fabinho and Wijnaldum with him.
He's got Mason Mount in front of him, who's Harry Winks. And everyone just kind of goes, why isn't Henderson doing it? Because that's not what he's asked to do.
No.
Well, and same with McTominay. Everyone says he's not... There's a glimpse of it, but he's not brilliant. But if you put him in, if you'd have put him in that Liverpool team,
good effort by Pereira there. Yeah,
instead of Henderson, Fabinho and Wijnaldum, you'd think, wow, he'd be amazing.
No, and I'm not suggesting McTominay leaves the squad. By the way, I think he should stay alongside. Let's say we replaced Fred for Ndidi.
Yeah,
we would see a more expansive side of McTominay. Let's say you replaced for. That's a bit of a high boot there by Williams. I think he won the ball, but it's an interesting one. That could be... I think he'll be spared a red from the fact that he won the ball, but it was definitely studs into the ribs of Alzaito.
Oh, the VAR in it.
I don't think that's a red card for me. If he didn't get the ball, I could see him getting sent off for that. But he clearly wins the ball, doesn't he? And you
can see he flicks and he tries his best to pull out. He doesn't follow through with it.
It's a bad challenge. I think it's a yellow card. Do you think that's a red card? He gets the ball and he's... Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a yellow card. I think that's fair. You've got to give him some sort of punishment just for the severity of the collision. But in terms of the intent...
Flashbacks like Nani.
Well, that's the thing. Nani didn't get the ball, did he?
No.
And I still don't think Nani should have been sent off. But that's...
And we'd have won the Champions League and everyone would have been happy with Fergie.
Yeah, I think McTominay should stay in that squad and develop alongside a more defensively stable midfield. I don't think Lucky to be
sent off there because I don't think that's in any way, shape or form a red card.
No.
There's no malicious behind it. And yes, it's a high boot, but you can see he flicks towards the ball and then he does pull out a little bit as well.
And he gets the ball, which has to count for something. Right, guys? Dan James, look at him. The little mouse running up the... what is he? I don't
Just
even...
£150 from Williams getting that card. Lovely.
Well done, mate. Well done. Also, one is spelt W-O-N, just for future reference. Which is fine, but we like to learn as well as entertain here, if possible. But yeah, imagine a midfield of Ndidi and McTominay with Pogba in front of him.
Very good midfield.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Emre Can, is he? Does he have the legs? That's my question with him.
No, I think
he's a big lad, isn't he? We've already got big lads. You don't need Pogba, McTominay, and Emre Can as a midfield. It's like land of the giants, isn't it?
You're probably going to look at him, and it's one of those signs that I don't think we want to make, where it's like a reactionary. Let's just get through to the end of the season one.
No,
and I think Fred is doing enough to sort of justify that kind of filling in that role. It's odd VAR, isn't it? It's just really odd how some things get checked, some things don't.
Yeah, we were just looking at. Sorry to interrupt you there. It was just a replay of Martial's shot from the edge of the box that the defender was just sort of turned away and it hit the palm of his hand.
Yeah,
and I don't think it was checked. No. It would be a bit of a harsh penalty, but it did hit his hand, and his hand was away from his body. Yeah. How can Dan James be so good with size 4 feet? It's a great question. What I wonder is when he kicks the ball, why doesn't the ball get punctured? He's got little pin toes that I thought would stab straight through the line of the ball and pop, and the ball just sticks to his foot all the time. Maybe that's why he's dribbling so good, because the ball's popped and it's just moulded around his foot. Pogba's gone in January or the summer, probably. Yeah, that's a worry, isn't it?
But God, just accept it now.
Fred's decision making is a bit off for me. He loses the ball too much, but he's still industrious. Yeah, that's the problem with Fred. He gives the ball away too often.
What I'm saying is that if you sign Emre Can, it's not going to be the part of the midfield you want. It's not the midfielder you want long term. Is he that much better than Fred for 6 months?
Well, maybe he's a backup. You put him in as if you look at the minute. Let's say McTominay gets injured.
Good ball from Dan James.
Martial, Rashford. If Scott McTominay gets injured now, you've got Fred and Matic playing as your centre midfielders. That's the issue. Or you've got Fred and Pereira with Lingard in front of him. Emre Can wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea as a replacement backup to Matic if he leaves in the summer. But I think he needs to be. It needs to be Emre Can and 2 others rather than as a replacement to 2 others. Ball in the box. Oh, Rashford again jumping. At least he jumped for the ball this time.
Been told to shut up.
Excuse me?
It's a watch along. We kind of have to talk, or there's not much point us being there.
That's
really.
It. That's what we do,
That's
mate.
What we do.
We're chatting. Rashford is terrible in the air. Rashford.
He is. He's not great.
He's not great. He's not that bad. His heading isn't that bad, but he doesn't win headers against defenders. Yeah, if he's by himself. Fred 30 yards out. What happened there?
That'd been great timing, that, wouldn't it?
What's his name?
I think he just bounced it off the crossbar.
I think he went to save the ball and it hit his hands and hit the crossbar. Rashford is so wasteful. I don't think it's such a bad thing that he's quite as wasteful when he's on the left. I think he's looked all right today, to be honest. He hasn't scored, but I don't think he's had a bad game. The second half's been a bit ploddy, hasn't it? Not too much going on. I think United are a bit more
happy with the 2-0.
Yeah.
I think I've got a banker in the Predictor League. No, Wolves, I think I have, actually.
What, you got Wolves to win?
Yeah.
We've got more. We need more players with football brains. We say we like leaders. Those players are the leader mould. I think that's what we've got. What we've bought in Maguire. I think he's got a good footballing brain. He reads the game well, and obviously he's not the quickest, so he has to use that reading of the game a lot more than most players do. People like Fred, who are a bit quicker, a bit more nippy, have almost been allowed to make mistakes and can make up for them with that kind of physical attributes that he's got.
It's not the best, but it's doing the job, to be honest. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
What does it say on the tin? Burger. Classic burger.
Yeah. There's chicken there, I think. Looks like chicken. Got mayonnaise.
That's always you have to have mayo with a chicken burger, don't you? Yeah. Mayo, lettuce, chicken. Maybe a bit of white onion if you're feeling frisky. Oscar says Neves. Again, I just think he's too slow. He's a good player. I don't think he fits this system. Brighton with a bit of pressure mounting, not managing to get a shot away. Wan-Bissaka coming out wide, ball to the back post. Fred with a loose jump there.
What a save that was in the end.
Offside? Surely
kind of bundled through, and De Gea's made a good save in the end there.
Yeah. Fred there with, one of those, the ball was bouncing up in the penalty spot, on the penalty spot, and he just sort of jumps up with one of those, like, I don't want to get hurt by the ball type jumps. Go in for the ball. You've got to win the ball. And then he doesn't win the ball, and it bounces through, and they have a shot from about a yard out that just gets sliced into De Gea's hands.
If Ollie loses his job, Brendan Rodgers being excellent. No, I don't want Brendan Rodgers.
Nah. Brendan, is it? No, I don't want him. Wait till if he'd won 10 trophies. Look at Fred. Look at that pathetic jump from Fred there.
De Gea does well in the end.
De Gea does really well. If Brendan Rodgers had won 10 trophies like Mourinho had, you could maybe overlook the fact that he bottled it with Liverpool and he's only ever won anything with Celtic. But he hasn't. He's never won much. As Brighton score from a corner there, it's 2-1. It's been coming as well. Last 5 minutes, United just sat back, as we've been saying. And it's just a direct from a corner. United are terrible from set pieces, defensively and offensively.
Dunk as well. Someone said.
For fuck's sake.
It's all right. Still 2-1.
Still 2-1, but we need to get the next goal now. What is it? Just who's marking him? It's Pereira. Pereira just loses his man entirely. Lets him run off his back there. Yeah, it's Pereira's man. Pereira's facing the wrong way. He just gets turned by him. Doesn't go with him. He's like feeling behind for him. He's not there. You got to go with him. Pereira, look, stood a yard off his man.
Why is Pereira marking Dunk for corners?
He's not.
Well, or
supposed to. I mean, terrible defending. Who would be worse, Rodgers or Rafa?
Rafa.
Yeah, but at least he's won stuff. Neither of them. Just don't get any of them. I'll manage them. I'll do a decent job. Brighton chucking the ball in the box. Oh, this is a tough 10 minutes now. United need to react to this. Maybe we see some tactical changes from Solskjaer, like we saw against Chelsea when they got their goal back.
Yeah.
But let's not forget, we're still in the lead. We need to not sit back and let them put pressure on because we're mentally too unstable to be able to hold them off for another half an hour, I think. We need to counter by attacking.
I don't know what I was saying there.
I'd be happy to sell Pogba in January, to be honest, as long as United bring in two midfielders. In theory,
that sounds great.
Yeah.
But it might just like...
When's the last time United spent the money from...
The Pogba deal's not going to happen till probably the end of the month. Or even if it's January, they're going to start talking from January 1st. It'll take the month to sort out.
Oh, we don't have time. It's hard to do deals in January. Is it? Okay, well, don't... Yeah, I don't trust United and the board to replace Pogba with the money they get for him, unfortunately.
Go away.
Fred through to Martial. 10 yards out, gets ball taken off him inside to Rashford.
Getting
3-1.
Great finish.
Lovely finish. Underside
Panic
of the crossbar.
Over. All's fine.
3-1. Marcus Rashford with his 9th goal of the season.
It's because I think they were just having a KFC break as well. It's like they went a break for a bit.
Just a bit of a sugar coma from half time. That's what you need. That's really good to see. That's good to see. That great run from Martial, a brilliant striker's run off the shoulder of the centre back there. He drew the goalkeeper out, turned in good composure to pass the ball back to Rashford. Who's this pass by? Pereira to Fred. Fred through to Martial. Lovely run.
Playing. Good ball.
Yeah.
So they can do it.
And there, just lovely composure. Rashford takes a touch and just chips it. Well, I say chips it. He gets a good bit of welly on it, doesn't he? Good bit of welly, love. Yeah, ball back to Rashford, and he just hits the underside of the bar.
Someone saying before that he's not good at finishing. That's
exactly. Excellent finish. He read where the players were on the line. There was a lot of men on the line there. 2 men in front of him, and the goalie and another centre back coming across.
Smashford, exactly.
There was 4 people in front of him when that ball went in, and he managed to find the top corner. That's good finishing. That's what people like Van Persie and Van Nistelrooy were so good at. Yeah. You'd see what's in front of you and just chip it into the top corner because no one can stop that, no matter who's blocking it. Brilliant finish.
3-1, all good. Calm down again.
Yeah, that burger looks even better now, doesn't it? Amazing. Give me another one of these chips. I won't spit it out this time. What's this one snuck in? Little low profile skinny boy.
Yeah, they've done well there.
Done well. Thank you. Banging response to conceding. Exactly, just what we said we needed. There's a place called Cool Runnings on Chorlton Road. What's it sell?
That's the one. That's
Is that the one?
Place. That's the van. It's amazing.
Is it?
It's amazing, but...
Who owns it? Someone called Bob Slay.
No. What's the last name?
Cheers, Callum, for laughing at that. He's probably got a podcast on in his ears. Dan James streaking toward the goal.
Oh.
Dumb is him. It's it. Pull it back. Rashford!
It's great finishing that, lad.
Fucking hell, what have we said? Rashford literally just missed an open goal from 6 yards out. I feel sick.
Oh, it's the KFC.
Rashford, you big twat. Brilliant play from Dan James. Put his fullback on his arse and a fantastic pass across. That's woeful, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Rashford literally missing an open goal.
He scored a goal, but everyone...
Exactly 6 yards out. If we don't win this, he's going to get abused on Twitter. How come no one got that on the comments before us? You get the goals in, don't you? When we score, you spoil it for us. You didn't spoil their goal for us, so we had to be sad about that. And you didn't spoil that missed chance.
He's not garbage. He's just had a bit of a clanger there.
Yeah, he's a great player. Shut up. Imagine Prime Matter in this team. Yeah, it'd have been great, wouldn't it? 2010 Matter.
No,
Hubba hubba.
it's not going to age well. Iron Sky. I mean, have a day off, mate. It's just simple as. He's just scored a goal like 5 minutes before. Yes, he's had a miss there.
Give him a break.
Torres had missed worse than that in that stadium, and he was quite good at finishing.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's missed before.
Should have scored that, though. Unlucky lad. Just, amazing, isn't it? After
I'm sorry I spoke too soon.
He was so composed for the chance before that. If Brighton get a goal back, this is going to be difficult.
They're not going to. Rashford's going to score another now.
Okay, good. Yeah. Thank you. I like the confidence.
Yeah.
20 minutes left then. At least we're good at creating chances. That was excellent by Dan James. Great composure. Good final ball as well. There was this Lingard coming on for Andres Pereira. Other side of morning, I did spoil it. Don't be proud of that, mate. Don't spoil it. How can anyone miss that? Well, he's better than you at football, and he missed it, so loads of people can miss it.
He bobbled. Took his eye off the ball.
Yeah, how about if we do that and we just read these comments? Then we might not see goals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone misses sometimes.
Exactly.
Should have scored, though, obviously. Here comes Messi Lingard. I never spoil goals. Well done. That's why you play for Real Madrid Barcelona's, isn't it? Rashford's going to get abuse either way. He's definitely one of the best players we have. Yeah. I couldn't argue with that. He's definitely one of our better players, isn't he? Can we be forgiven? He's already scored. Yeah, he can. Just as long as we don't drop any points, all will be forgotten.
You get laughed at by his teammates, which you will.
Yeah, exactly. The 2010 Matter sounds like a model of car. It does. Yeah, one of the early hybrids.
Chips would have done with something to Dunkin', I think.
Really? What would you have gone for? Let us know at home what's your condiment of choice. I'm a hot sauce and mayo guy, to be honest, yeah. Andy Cole used to miss them all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's Andy Cole is the third highest Premier League scorer ever. He's got 180 Premier League goals.
Credit Andy Cole, he was class.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Rashi is human. I bet you lot never messed up anything at work. Be realistic. All strikers miss chances. There you go.
Joe was literally spat a chip out live on air 5 minutes ago.
That's not true. Yeah, I messed that up.
We can't really. Brandon Williams.
Oh, good save there. On his right foot as well. Williams is right-footed, isn't he?
Steve would have gone. Just imagine if that had gone in. Steve would have been jumping down a tier.
Steve would have been going crazy. Ball around the corner. Good play from United here. Martial stands up his defender on the right-hand side. Just takes too long on the ball there. Dilly-dallying, I think they call that. Yeah. Williams out to Rashford. Rashford with a shot across goal. Dan James there. Jesus Christ. United have turned it up, haven't they, the last 5 minutes. Great cross from Rashford. I thought it was a shot at first, but then James was arriving about 5 yards out and just got his toe on the ball, and it just happened to go straight at Ryan, is it? Their goalkeeper?
He's an Aussie lad, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Ryan. Before.
It's a great ball in this.
He's just offside, so we would have got his chest would have been offside, or his neck, or his tits, or something. I think that would have been disallowed if it had have gone in. Great shout out, Recall. Yeah, I think it was Francie Brady. Just seeing that a replay of Williams' chance there. It just goes to the near post.
By the way, how's he got there?
In traditional Rooney style, he always used to do that, didn't he? That dummy to the far post and then whip it in the near post. Scored a few of them.
It's my go-to 5-a-side one. That
is it?
Yeah.
To give him the eyes. Yeah, United have looked good since the Brighton goal has gone in, which is a similar, like I said, as it happened, the same pattern that happened against Chelsea, which is a promising thing to see, isn't it?
They were actually reacting. And
good tackle, Wan-Bissaka. Whereas last season, well, a lot of times, even under Solskjaer as well.
Start of this season, conceded a goal, and that's just been it.
Yeah.
Game finished. You've not been pushed until.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a great quality to have that when you concede, it spurs you to get better rather than scares you and you sit back even more. That's a good thing to have.
They've not given me any spoons or anything. I'm not
No spoons.
Beans.
Drink beans.
I'm not drinking.
I'll drink beans.
Do you want some beans?
Yeah, let me drink a bean, boy.
Go.
These are beans with a sell-by date of today on them.
Yeah. And I'm going to have the perfect microphone food, crunchy chicken wings.
We can't both be eating.
No,
Lingard brought down on the edge of the box.
Again, that's where Lingard...
Oh, what am I getting there? There's a bit of barbecue in there, isn't there?
More barbecue than the Heinz bean they are.
Very thick. Thick. It's a thick drinker.
You're not normal, Callum's saying. I think we'd found this.
ASMR bean boy. Just go a bit quiet a sec. That's fucking horrible. I just inhaled a bean. Quick, get it down before the free kick.
Oh dear.
Thank you for that. Rashford and Fred stand over this one. Who's going to take it? Go on, Rashy lad. We don't know yet. It's a very deep wall. That wall's like stood on the. Go on, lad. Get it in.
God, right, free kick. Rashford, Fred. Rashford's going to take it, isn't he?
Don't know. Rashford steps up over. Top of the wall. Top of the morning to you. Jesus Christ. Beans.
beans.
Exactly.
Great little ball. McTominay. Oh, Lingard.
United look really good last 10 minutes, haven't they? Rashford stand up his man. Oh, get him. Go to bed, mate. Oh. And he almost slipped into Ryan's legs.
Yeah, he's shit. He's
him
really
out the door
shit,
there.
Rashford, isn't he?
That was a horrific bit of skill, that.
Has he done him there? I think he's done him in there as well.
Yeah, Rashford's beckoning fitness coaches off the touchline there.
Beans. He's absolutely sold him a dream.
This is awful. This makes me feel bad to watch this.
He loves that. See you, mate.
What happens here?
I think he just boots him on the way
Yeah,
through.
just boots him.
Fair enough.
They were quite nice, though, them beans, and they come with a lovely little hat on as well. Look, just tips the hat to you. And that's that little bean smell when it tips his hat. Good morning.
Oh dear.
Are they sold as barbecue beans?
Just beans.
Wow.
Beans.
ASMR eating beans sounds dirty. Jesus, it was dirty. Rashford's little bit of skill there. We're going to see that a lot on Twitter tonight, I think, because he megged him as well. I didn't see that he'd megged him. No, what did he do? He's retired though, hasn't he? He had to retire. Yeah.
Nearly megs the keeper as well.
If he'd have megged the goalkeeper and scored, that'd have been like Berbatov levels of replays on that one, wouldn't there? Are you eating a chicken strip from the side?
That's a chicken wing.
Oh, okay.
Bones in
Thank God. I thought you had like a chicken fillet and you're like, from the side. I've never seen anything like it.
What just happened 5 minutes ago?
Eating beans through osmosis. I'm not just sat in a bath of beans and they're soaking through my skin. I ate them through the normal way, through mouthmosis. Looked on target from Rashford. I think it was. It looked like it was going to go through the goalie's legs until he sort of sat on it almost, didn't he?
We're not even at 100 likes, by the way. Go on, 14 more likes.
Yeah, send us a few likes.
100 number at least.
Send us a few likes, and I'll eat 20 tins of beans live on air. I'll just do that for the full 2 hours.
Yeah, we're not even for a watch long, just on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Dream of beans. Good pressing there. Dan James nipping in, excellent press. Go on, lad.
Done really well today.
Knock and go. Back post. What? Oh, who was that? Sorry. Ball in there from Dan James, and one of the
very excited there.
Brighton centre-backs chested the ball up, and it looked like it was going over the goalkeeper, who was coming out to collect it, but he managed to just settle himself and pluck the ball out of the air there. Like I said, he's playing all the time with immense pressure because we are Man United. I assume we're talking about Rashford there. Yeah, Ryan's bollocks stopped that shot. I think it was either that or I think he sort of sat on it, maybe his thighs. A nice thigh stopper.
What is your opinion of James Rodriguez in January?
He's gone. He's gone. He would be a Sanchez signing.
It's an odd one, that. He's an odd player. I want like the Rodriguez that played for Colombia, I'd like him. Cause he's
in
really
2014. Yeah.
But the lads that played since then, nothing.
Brilliant from James again there. Carried the ball. That's a foul. Is that a penalty?
Is it
a free kick?
Free kick.
Is that dunk?
He thinks he's dived. Has he been booked?
Dunky. Derry Lee Dunker. Right on the edge of the B. And he is on a booking. That's a yellow. No, it's not a yellow card, really, is it? It's just a trip. It just trips him. The best second half performance all season.
I thought that was a jello shot. Nope. That was Beans.
It felt like one a bit. It was quite jelly-like. Do you think we'll see Rashford again taking this one?
Yeah, I think I'll give him another go, won't we?
Might as well.
Yeah.
He's a good lad. He's done a lot for this club.
Beans, another fart gate coming.
No, it'd take a couple hours to sort of work its way through the system, that. Yeah. Maybe if we do, maybe on the review.
Yeah, 100, see, asking for likes, people like.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
It does help us a lot, I think. I hear that it helps. Rashford and Fred again stood over it. Wonder if Fred will be allowed to just tickle one over the wall.
It's a Fred angle.
Rashford. No, it's Fred.
It is Fred.
Over the wall, over the bar. Yeah. Fred's not been bad today.
Would you take that lad's name?
Ziyech
to play in the number 10 role.
I don't know. Does he play number 10 for Ajax? Doesn't he play on the right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him on the right, but
no.
I don't know. I don't actually know enough about him. I know he's got a great left foot on him.
Yeah, I've just seen that clip a lot.
Yeah.
And I've seen Ajax doing well. Like a lot of them Ajax players are going to look great, but they're in a team that works for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's a good player, but I don't know if he'd suit the system. He's one of those players that if Solskjaer decides he's the right guy, then he's an exciting player to buy because he has got such a good left foot. His deliveries are excellent. But if he thinks he's maybe not mobile enough, or
then you don't get him.
Yeah. He's one of the, yeah. It's just if we buy him, I'd be excited. If not, then I wouldn't. Who's that? More beans for G. We ain't got any more beans.
No more beans.
I appreciate the donation, and I would happily eat more beans, but we don't have any more beans, I'm afraid. We just had this little pot.
He's
and
empty.
as you can see, it's empty.
Beans.
Exactly, it's empty now, I'm afraid. Sorry. Oh, got a bit of bean juice on my thumb there. Signing SMS would send out a message. Great joke there. Maybe the best joke of the day. Rashford to Dan James. Is he onside? It's on the right hand side there.
We'll bring more beans for future watch-alongs.
Yeah, okay, I don't mind that. Not every time though, you know.
No, you can't.
I like the organic nature of those beans. Wan-Bissaka chips it in. Martial, but Ryan just comes out and collects.
It's going to be a while till the next watch-along because we've got international break, haven't we, after this?
Oh, we have, yeah. Is everyone looking forward to the international break?
No.
Who have England got in the international break? Can someone let me know? Is it more qualifiers as well, or are we to friendlies now?
It's qualifiers.
Is it? At least that's
you only
something.
need like a point to qualify as well or something.
They did lose though, didn't they, the other day?
Yeah.
To Croatia. Or was it Croatia? Was it Czech Republic? Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Who's the next game, Callum? Can you have a... Thanks, mate.
England playing, yeah.
He doesn't care about international break. He's going to be in Bahrain, Callum.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that, Callum. He's going to Bahrain, yeah. We knew that bit.
There's some MMA.
Brandon Williams streaking into the box. It's a poor delivery from him there. Rashford was open.
But overall, he's been quality today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been really good. England play
Kosovo.
England play Montenegro and then Kosovo.
Because there'll be no problems at them.
Two countries that absolutely love each other. One of them will be away.
Well, no, I think we had 2 away last time.
Did we?
Yeah. We've been to Kosovo. I'm sure that would have been in the news.
Kosovo is away. That'd be fun.
I'm very far away from
if you're an England supporter,
my chicken.
Be careful at that one, I'd say. Bean challenge. Can't stick
Bean
people
challenge.
eating and drinking on camera. You know what? We can. And sometimes when you're on these videos for 2 hours and you've been playing golf in the morning, like a loser, you have to eat because you're hungry. Choice. Yeah.
It was either that or we get dislikes for...
Passing out through low blood sugar.
Passing out. Or I could have gone before and we'd have been like 20 minutes late.
And also, he's leaning off the mic. You can't hear him.
No.
Not like me. I insist on eating as close to the mic as possible. Couple slurpy slurpers. Lingard bringing the ball up nicely.
And sadly, there's only
gave it away.
Usually we get away with it because there's more than two of us, but sadly everyone else is otherwise engaged today.
Where's Kieran?
I don't know where Kieran. He's never answered.
Did he not?
He never answered.
What if that triple shot with hot sauce that we did on?
No, I seen him on Friday.
So he's not dead.
He did look a bit ropey on Friday, by the way.
Did he?
Yeah. I don't think he's going to do that again. We could probably persuade him to, but
once he's had a drink, he likes to drink, doesn't he? Bless him.
He does.
83 minutes gone, as you can see.
As we all do.
Do you think we'll see Mason Greenwood today, or do you think we'll see any other substitutions?
I think he should do. I think he's pretty much done now.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you? And another goal would be nice, wouldn't it? 4 goals would be... 4 always feels much more than 3.
What about this for the international break? Like, just take off November every year and just say, go away for a whole month.
And then play like 8 games.
Play 8 games and then come
6
back.
games, yeah.
Gets it done with. Instead of stopping 4 times at the start of the season.
Yeah. Could work.
Or January. I don't know. Pick a time.
Yeah.
Just get it done in the middle. Or just do little tournaments in the middle of the years, middle of the season.
Well, that's what we're doing next year. World Cup.
Yeah, I know that one.
Not the big tournament.
Madness.
Not the good one.
No.
Kosovo was good when we played them last. What was the score in the last Kosovo game?
I think it was like 3-0.
Something Martial could have done better there.
Yeah. Only needed a little flick on that when it was in there.
You got dislikes even before the watch-along started. Yeah.
It's because we're late.
No, it's not because we're late.
Like,
every live stream that we do, there are 6 dislikes on it before the stream starts. Someone is doing that every time.
If you are, just admit to it.
I haven't even got any theories, but it's
we're not gonna have a go at you. We just want to know why.
It's 6 dislikes every time.
Want to know why?
Yeah, very interesting.
Anything we do you not like the
maybe
thumbnails?
Don't like the thumbnails? Yeah, don't know. Yeah, it's a strange one.
CC 5-3. Oh yeah, it was a bit of a weird game that.
Good header from Williams into McTominay there, who's fouled.
I like the thumbnail, so it can't be that.
No, I don't think it'll be that. Yeah.
What? It helps if you get dislikes?
Yeah.
Just...
Interesting. Apparently likes and dislikes
Should we test this out?
A very similar thing.
And the next one, just ask for dislikes. But what if like it is a lot more dislikes than likes? Does that not...
Interesting. So apparently the likes and dislikes don't matter which one they are. They're both the same as each other.
Everyone dislike the video. No, let's not do that. I don't think we should test that. The dislikes are going to go up a bit, aren't they?
McTominay's got an engine on
It's me,
it.
Game Me Though, and it's you.
What, with 6 different accounts? Come on, mate. You're better than that.
Yeah.
Martial holding the ball
10 at least. Oh, he's done well.
Oh, lucky. Great play from Martial there, making a chance for himself. It's nice to see him use his left foot as well, not always having to cut back on that right-hand side there. As Wolves are beating Villa 2-0. I've just realised that's a derby, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should have noticed that. Good touch, good poke past the... He don't quite find the corner, does he? It's sort of going in the centre of the goal there.
Because a midfielder on fantasy, Martial.
Can they change that?
I don't know, it's weird.
Surely what's his in your
I
squad?
also put Aubameyang as my captain for some odd reason for this week.
Who have they got?
They got beat yesterday by Leicester and only touched the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, Arsenal are a bit crap as well as us, aren't they? Or
and you get
they're on a worse run of form than us.
Bean trumpet an hour later.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the fact that it's been called a trumpet. And that I don't like any part of that actually.
I don't like how
the idea of this sort of what's the word kind of
let's give it away there.
What's that called? This kind of protruding sort of mouthpiece suggestion. I don't like that at all. This flared flared booty skin that you sort of attribute to
and drink makes me ways to watch them way more entertaining.
Cool.
See,
well, I think
you can't please everyone.
I don't know if anyone's ever heard this story, but Stephen Howson tells this story about a time when he apparently ate 100 chicken wings.
I don't believe him.
And then got his penis out. Which I'm not interested
in. I believe that more bit. Than the wings. I believe he got the penis out for sure. But he says he's eaten 100 chicken wings before. Now he weighs 100 pounds more than he did then. So surely, if anything, he can eat more now than he did then. I would like to see one time on a watch along. We do a chicken wing challenge. Throughout the game.
Two men. I'll be the adjudicator.
Yeah, I reckon Kieran to be up for this.
50 chicken wings each. We decide. 50 chicken wings each.
Are we going speed?
And it's beat Steve. It's who can eat 50 chicken wings the fastest. And obviously, it's going to sound horrific, right? Let's be honest. It's not one for a headphone user.
Sorry, go completely off the... You guys should set up a Fantasy Premier League for fans and you guys.
Yeah, we should do that. We'll do that next season.
Do that next season. That's going to go on the board.
Yeah. I think a Stephen versus Kieran 50 chicken wing challenge would be an excellent addition to a watch along. Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm up for that. Maybe against...
And any more things you want on the watch along, let us know. What kind of things would you like us...
I'm yawning.
The drinking challenges are...
Pretty risky.
Yeah, we could
feel
die.
bad for Kieran on that last one.
It was fun though.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I think I'd like a chicken wing challenge for sure. I'd like... all sorts of challenges, really. I think it'd be nice.
Joe, you should collab with Lingard.
Yeah, we'll do. Beans in it up.
Beans.
Who've we got here then?
89th minute. Brighton on the attack.
Ball in the box. That's
done nothing.
Collected by,
Greenwood still made 2 subs. Josh.
Night, lads. After another brilliant stream, Joe, mate, I'm in Manchester in Jan. We'll go have a beer at the Matchstick Man. Perfect. I'll see you in January, mate.
Top man.
Yeah. Come on, United. Rashford. Oh, just puts it wide. Cheers for joining us, Josh.
Cheers, Josh.
See you next time, mate.
2 men, 1 being trumpet.
I don't like the sound of that. You can't share a trumpet. Even on the most liberal of trumpets, the mouthpiece surely can't hold 2 people's mouth at once. You wouldn't have thought, would you?
No.
Just no.
Moving on swiftly.
Rashford. It was a good play from Rashford. It just...
I tried eating... Okay, go on.
The problem is, there's been 2... Like, you need... He could have had 3 goals again today, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Like that, I mean, that's a difficult chance. But the one he put wide and the one that...
He's coming off now as well.
Yeah, Greenwood's coming on.
But still, he's got the goal. He's got a goal today.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's been good.
You just want to see him get more goals.
He's missed that one, but good performance. You can't knock the lad.
No.
He's bringing off Williams as well for Rojo. I think this is just to get the ovation, to be honest, more than anything.
Probably. Yeah, Greenwood coming on for, 2.5 minutes?
Rojo's coming on for a minute. Can he get booked in a minute and a half?
He's got gloves on. He's playing for 2 minutes. It's not that cold.
No, it's not that cold. It was cold this morning, though. 8:30.
Was it?
Freezing.
Was there a bit of ice on the golf course?
There was a bit crispy underfoot.
Oh, I like that.
But it was very wet still. I had to defrost the car before I got there as well.
Did you? Yeah. What do you defrost it with? What's your method?
It's a de-icer spray.
The spray.
That's revolutionary, that stuff.
I like the scraper, but that's got a built-in glove on it, so you can scrape and the ice doesn't go down your sleeves.
Joe does a chin-up challenge.
I already know how many chin-ups I can do. I did as many as I could yesterday, and it was 8.
8.
Yeah. So there you go, done it. Chicken wings with hot sauce challenge. Yeah, we could do that. Get some real hot sauce on there. Too subjective.
What is a fully eaten chicken wing?
I mean, we'll be the judge of that, mate. Come on.
Boneless wings instead. So essentially nuggets.
Yeah, but it's not as exciting, is it?
No, there needs to be some.
If it is deemed that someone has left too much of a residue, a surplus of meat left on those wings, they have to go back and finish them. I'll be there with a stopwatch and a wing weigher. And if it weighs more than what I deem to be a certain percentage of flesh matter on there, then they haven't won. So
we can't do KFC ones. We can't have the ones with the price. So it needs to be the...
No, and also that'd be like 70 quid. You need to go somewhere where you can get 50 wings for a tenner.
We'll do a sponsored one. We'll find a local wing establishment.
Bunny Jackson's does 10p wings, so I'll go and pick them up before a game, and we can reheat them, and then let them cool and reheat them again.
And then...
So someone gets food poisoning. My battery on my laptop is about to die.
5%. I reckon we'll do all right.
The game will finish in a minute anyway. There's no way Williams isn't first choice left back now. Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
And international break now. He's going away with the under 19s.
Not sure.
You're going away with one of them.
Yeah, I know Greenwood was in the under 21s, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's going well. Good day.
Yeah.
Good day all round.
Very good day. Good performance. Just as it looked that United might be rattled and ruffled, they sort of turned it back on again. Martial's through on goal. Finish Poor first touch there from Martial. Just bobbles back to Ryan and net. That should probably be the end of it now. Williams retired young this match, I think.
You'd hope so.
Quite probably.
Someone's gone down there. McTominay's
Is that
McTominay's in a bad way here.
What happened?
I don't know, but that's not what you want to see.
It is.
There's no reason for him to go down. Like,
he really looks in a lot of pain, McTominay. Is it full time there?
This isn't good.
No, it's not.
Why can't we just have a good day? Like, with nothing goes wrong. There's always something that has to happen.
KFC does 20 wings for £6. Still, though, that's like, what, 20
We're
quid?
on proper budget here.
24 quid. Oh, that's a weird one. Has he done his knee? His ankle? Something there.
I don't know. Someone's
There was a slight collision, but...
Oh, that's not... There's a stretch. Oh, no, he's not.
He ain't broke his leg, has he?
It's not dislocated or something, has it?
No, I don't know.
I don't know, but why have they brought the stretcher
Yeah, I don't
on?
know. That's a strange one, that. It looks like a bit of a troubling injury for McTominay there. It's quite hard to tell what happened. It was a very slow...
But they've only showed it once, which kind of makes me feel like...
he might have twisted
it's
something.
Not good.
Very weird. It was just sort of jogging and
they came together.
The legs sort of intertwined slightly, didn't it?
Oh,
it's clearly in a lot of pain
this
now.
Would not be good.
I think he just twists his ankle, doesn't he?
I think he's kind of like stood on it by accident.
I think he's put his foot down here and the other lad's foot's come behind it and like pushed his ankle round like that.
But there's a lot of people, which is making me think...
There's like 7 people with a stretcher.
This could be a bad one, you know.
Is he standing up? He's trying to stand up.
Oh, it means it's not...
He's not broken
or dislocated or something.
Bit of a strange one though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's got 14 days. That's a good point. Hopefully he's just...
Maybe he's doing it just...
Maybe he's sprained his ankle or something there.
Hopefully it's nothing too bad because...
Yeah.
Like I said, for as much as we say he's not maybe... You don't want him as first choice. At the minute, he definitely is our first choice midfielder.
Definitely.
And with Pogba coming back, you want him as the one playing next to him.
Yeah. And that should be the end of the game, I would have thought. It's an interesting one, though. He's clearly
still in a bit of pain there,
a lot of pain, isn't he? Just laid down sort of in the manager's little dugout there.
Hopefully it's nothing too bad.
Yeah.
And like I said, hopefully it's something he can fix in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks. So you can't just have a good day, can we? Something has to go wrong.
I'm sure this is going to be the end of the game as De Gea clears it here. That is full time. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to be back in about probably 5 or 10 minutes for the review, so come back and join us for that. Thanks for joining us at home. Thanks for joining me, Alex.
Cheers, mate. Have a good laugh.
See you in a bit.